a place where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? Why, that'd be just swell. How are we? How are we? Esther, how are you doing? You okay? Sam, love to see you. Mandy, nice hat. The hat, the famous hat. Good stuff, man. How are we all? So tired, man. Ad skipped. Thanks a lot. Those 24 pence is what I need to tip me over the edge. Keep forgetting. I think I've forgot something. I can't think what it is. All the lights are on. Camera's on. Mic's on. No, I can't think what it is. Christine there as well. Did you sneak in before the you did? You sneaked it in before the actual stream started on here, didn't you? No wonder I couldn't see you. You watched one, that's fair enough. One's enough. Louise Bellatini, how are you? How are you in yourself? Oh, man. The other one was over me speaking. I do try and give you a couple of seconds at the start, just to, get prepared. The videos, the adverts are getting stupid, aren't they? I've watched loads of videos recently where the video's been about 9 minutes long, maybe 10 minutes. And in the middle of it, there's been a 5-minute advert. I've let it run for the full, however long it was going to take, 5 minutes. You can skip them, obviously, but I'll see how long this takes. And they are taking the piss, or it'll be during a video that I really like and I don't want to pause it. So I'll quickly go make a cup of tea while this thing's going on and fucking on. You are tired. It's been a busy day. What have you been up to? Why are you tired? Have you been yak racing? Is that what it is? They are very, very long videos. Very long. In fact, see, that's what I mean. They're not adverts. They're actual videos within a video. It's ridiculous. You wouldn't mind either. I mean, if you're watching a 20-minute video and you get like a 2-minute advert, it's not really that much of an issue, is it? As I say, a 10-minute video with a 5-minute advert in the middle of it just seems ridiculous. Which one did you miss? I don't know. I don't choose the adverts, Mandy. No ads for you, Esther. All these 24 pences I'm missing out on. When you left the PC running a playlist overnight, you got up and heard Unexpected Voices. It was a little half-hour infomercial in the middle of your playlist video. And Google will be picking up a hell of a lot of money for that, which we don't see any of it. No coins for Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? Yeah, 24 pence. I need all the 24 pences I can get. Steve, oh yeah, when you've got premium, it just goes to, well, if you've got premium, then whoever you're watching gets a small percentage of your premium anyway, but you don't get any of the adverts. Happy International Women's Day to all our lovely ladies, Do you know people run playlists unattended so they exploit it? which is sort of against what they should be doing, because really they should want people to actually watch the adverts, but they're not daft. Just play them and tell whoever, people watching, Steve-O, Helen, the Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field, and our ruby. Esther, you haven't got premium. I don't know what that is then, whether it's just targeting different places. Sure, I wouldn't know. It's all a bit weird. All a bit weird. I'm tired too. My daughter rang me up this morning. I had to pick her up on Friday night, was it? Friday night, Saturday morning at 1:30. She was round at her mates. And I said to her, are you out tonight? She said, no, I'm not. All right. So I got a call at whatever time it was this morning. Actual morning, not early hours. Can you come and pick us up? I stayed at my mate's. Okay. Luckily, it wasn't freezing cold at that point, which it was the other night. And that was after going on my big long walk yesterday, which has knackered me, man. Absolutely knackered me. They don't accept a half-hour infomercial without knowing it will only get viewers if people are fully paying attention. Mad, innit? No Helen tonight. She's gone to the theatre with your sister. Oh. Oh, she wants to see something good. Maybe they might know it's senseless. Infomercials normally are, aren't they? It's normally trying to sell you some shite that the Chinese can't sell. We can't get rid of these on Temu or Shein. Therefore, we'll start bombarding YouTube with them. All the Billy Connolly stuff, you know. The bowler hat with sleeves. The one big slipper, all that stuff. That's what it normally is, isn't it? Dishwasher proof, cock pump and all that stuff. She hasn't gone to see the Chippendales, has she? Why would she need to do that with you at home? Is it legitimate theatre? Actual legitimate theatre? I don't think I've been to see a play since I was at school, to be honest with you. How bad's that? Consider I'm such a culture vulture as well. Ridiculous. I need to go and see I want to go and see another gig this year as well. Jess is going to see 5 Seconds of Summer again, I think, in Manchester. I counteracted that with Noel Gallagher, didn't I? A couple of years ago. I have to do the same again, I think. She's seen some fella who has a programme on the BBC about unexplained things. You think he's an average? Medium. It's definitely not Derek Acorda, is it? As he is now with his target audience. Going to ask if it was something like magic. It's always nice having good contact with people. It was something with Oprah Winfrey, so set up like an interview. Didn't even keep it on long enough to figure out what was being sold. Probably a book or course to do better. It could be. That's what she normally does, isn't it? How to better oneself. Or how to lose a ridiculous amount of weight. There was a picture of her today, somewhere, I can't think where it was, popped up and she looks like that. Tiny, skinny. You only got brothers or siblings abroad. It's a pain, isn't it? Miguel El Magico. Yeah. Is that still a thing? The ladies still go and see that? Yeah, everyone that can afford it is on Ozempic or another GLP-1. It's mad, isn't it? It can't be healthy. If your lifestyle is making you overweight, taking a pill to get rid of it does not make you healthy, just makes you thinner. And it doesn't make you happier. I suppose it might do with some people, but deep down there's got to be something which is causing you the issues in the first place. Not your thing. Not your thing. Yeah, I've not seen it myself. I just know I know quite a few ladies in our work that used to go and watch stuff like that. And then there was that famous who was it? There was a famous gig in Northern Ireland which there was filming behind the scenes, and I think there was quite a few divorces as a result thereof. Ladies misbehaving, pretty much doing what fellas do, to be honest with you. So yeah, there you go. Shah was famous for apparently a scam. Say what? What are you on about? Eltel tried it, lost weight training, had the injury back, put weight back on. Ex-serviceman. Well, I'm not surprised with stuff like that, though. Good to see you, Tel, man. And congratulations on the 1,000 subs. If you've had something like that, if you're used to being training constantly, and then you've got an issue with it, that I understand. If, on the other hand, all you're doing is eating constantly, and then dropping a pill to try and lose a bit of weight, that's not going to do you any good at all, is it? You need to find out what the problem is and then sort it out from scratch there. Sounds like Behaving Badly was the way to get a reality show for a while. It was. And do you know what the best thing about all this, really? Reality shows could stop overnight if we stopped watching them. I mean, obviously I don't watch them, but... Oh, the Psychic. Right, got you. Yeah, Derek Acora got caught doing that as well, didn't he? Used to live about 1.5 miles up the road here. Used to drink in a pub just up the road. And whenever he was drunk, he'd tell people it's all an absolute scam. But don't tell anybody. All right, mate. On the phone. Derek Acorda's here telling everyone it's a fucking scam, lad. So there's a load of shit in it. And the worst part about psychics and things like that, and astrology, is you're targeting people's vulnerabilities. If they genuinely think you're going to help them, if you can get in contact with people across the veil, it's nasty. It's a horrible thing to do. It's a load of shit. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. People who are desperate for an answer, they're not getting an answer. All they're getting is someone pretending to get an answer for them. I'm getting the word. You know what I mean? Do-a-ments is a type of diabetes treatment. They help the right people. They also have requirements you have to do for it to be effective. All right. So you have got to follow some kind of healthy diet. And yet, apparently can't, or aren't diabetes folk struggling to get it because it's all going to Hollywood stars, you know. Ridiculous, man. When you're stressed due to your mental health, past issues with PTSD and coming back to normality, it was hard. I can imagine, mate, I can imagine. Back on track, that's what we like to see. Back on track, man. It is hard. It is hard, anything like that. When it's beyond your control. Because I'm pretty sure no one can control PTSD, can they? In no way, shape or form. Something you've got to work through with people, but... Fair play to you for coming through that, mate. Fair play, man. Do you want you to go on the fat jab? Apparently subdue the appetite. Just stopped eating shite. Seems to be working. God knows what side effects there will be in the future. There'll be no side effects from not eating shite. That's the way you've got to look at it, isn't it? You never know, as you say. Whatever you take, there could be something that comes out of it later on in life. But if you're just looking after yourself, eating healthy, there's no side effects to that apart from looking like that. It was a Brit, famous here. It's not Derek Acora, was it? Esther. He's the one. Ali, oh, room for a small one, of course. And we'll reset the piggly ding for you as well. It's also why food industry is adding every form of protein possible to any food possible. It's a requirement. It is. There's nothing that you buy nowadays that hasn't got extra protein in it. It's bizarre, isn't it? Because people just aren't getting any. If you pardon the expression. Yeah. Weird stuff with extra protein. Yogurts with extra protein. Well, I just sort of get that. Breakfast bars with extra protein. Yeah, but have a look at the breakfast bar. It's full of sugar, full of shite. But it's got extra protein. Chicken with extra protein. You've got to have type 1. You've got to be 40 BMI and 2 of the recommendations to get the jab. I didn't know that, man. Obviously, over in the States, if you just ask your doctor for anything, they'll hand it to you. But all of Hollywood, hoovering up all those jabs, man. It's Kiko, isn't it, man? Kiko. Calories in, calories out. If you work off more than you're taking in, you'll notice it flying off you. Flying off you. Shirley's grand such is, sort of. In the US, people can privately get the shots, and money does talk, obviously. And if there's a limited supply, and you've got the money, you will get them, and other people who need it won't. Which is the unfortunate problem, isn't it? Shouldn't be that way. With health, it should be anybody who needs stuff should be able to get it. And if you don't need it, but you've got the money, you shouldn't all of a sudden be able to hoover it all up. It's ridiculous, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, anyway. Sam, you know what you were talking about the other day? Was it the other day? It was yesterday, wasn't it? When you were asking about the bushes with the white flowers on. As I was about to answer your message, AI said it thinks it might be, what was it? Hawthorn. It automatically came up and said, the AI answer back to you was, yes, I think it's hawthorn. Really? And apparently it is hawthorn. That freaked me out. The fact that AI knew which part of the video you were talking about and could tell you exactly what it was. But it does look amazing, all that white. Because everywhere you look by us, until it becomes full summer, there's loads of green and brown. Trees, whether it's evergreens or ones without any leaves, are all brown. So you get that green, brown. And all of a sudden this big white thing is in the middle of it. Stands out. It looks amazing. We've got something in our back garden as well, a tree. 2 trees. One's a damson. And one, I don't know what it is, but it's got pink and white flowers on it, which is absolutely lovely. I've not been able to catch it in the sunshine yet. Once the sun's really on it from about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, shining backwards at it, it'll look amazing. I'll get that on video as well, but I love seeing that. I bought some new fancy levers last week when unpacking. And I laughed at the address. It came from Pendle Industrial Estate. You know who's doing that. When you were fully fit, you used to do 6-minute miles and run 8 mile at 6 minutes. You were 10 stone soaking wet through. You're 17 stone now. That's down to your PTSD, but on the up, good stuff, man. Yeah, I had mates who were in the army, who were in the paras. One was a PT in the paras. PTI. Absolutely ridiculously fit. AI is very spooky. I didn't like it. Nu in Nederlands, ik weet niet wat het is. Did you arrive via broom? Or yak? Did you arrive via yak? Is that what it is? yakking all over the place. Yak attack! Yak attack! Thanks for your service, absolutely. I fucking wouldn't be doing it, I know that. It takes a special kind of person to be doing that. Not me, not me. There was yak hairs everywhere. Yak hairs here, yak hairs there, yak hairs every fucking where. Na 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 na. Sam is tabinating. Funnily enough, tabbing is what the paras do. Tactical advance to battle. That's their quick walk, isn't it? Is it yomping in other parts of the services? How are you feeling now, Lulu? How are you doing? Lulu Bellatini, how are you? How are you in yourself? You all right? Die bloemetjes, je vond ze mooi. They are beautiful. And hopefully, as the weather's getting a bit better, there's more and more flowers popping up, so there'll be more and more colour, which is nice. I went out earlier and I got a few more flowers. They were looking really nice. Some nice little blue things, I don't know what they are. Not bluebells. Slightly different looking things, but gorgeous looking flowers, man. More colours. There's some pink, some purpley, some blue. Obviously the yellow with the daffodils is amazing. It's looking much better. And it didn't rain while I was out. Not too bad. Had a busy day today. You normally just veg out on a Sunday. But sometimes the yaks need a little bit of a combing, don't they? Sunday's the best time to comb your yak. Glad you're much better. We like to see that. But Jeff's being a pain. It will be Jeff o'clock soon. It will be. Only single Jeff though. I don't mean one pick, obviously there's always three, but yeah. It's not the April calendar yet, is it? I'll have to start working on that soon. Hydrangea. They're nice as well, I do like them. I think we've got a hydrangea in the back garden. I might be wrong. Got to comb the winter coat out you have. Otherwise, you know what it's like at the top of Mount Pendle during the summer. Even though you're 38,000 feet up. Oh, it's sweltering. It's sweltering. Absolutely sweltering. I am looking forward to getting out a bit more as well, soon. I say I picked my daughter up this morning, driving back towards Southport to get back to where she's living. Going past Hesketh Park, it looked so nice. Loads of families going there. So I think that's going to be the next place. And then when I went for a walk last night, as you can see if you watch the video that I put out yesterday, it looked a little bit overcast. In the distance behind Dobbies, towards the west, heading towards Ireland, you could see just a little sliver of like orangey red and then pink. It looked lovely in that direction. That's what we need more of. Less, because it's like a car park of cloud above the head at times here. Once we get a little less of that and a little bit more of the sun coming up, looks amazing, man. And Northern Ireland drag queen called Hydrangea. Hey fucking Dranger. FA Cup dream is over for another year. Didn't turn up at Leeds. To be fair, Leeds are a decent team. I don't like them, but they're a decent team. But more importantly, Steve-O, is making sure that you get yourself in that playoff position, I think. Okay, try and get yourself up there. You forgot about the calendar. You're too busy working out BPTV. That you are. And of course, don't forget, if you want to send anything into BPTV, make sure you do. And of course, BPTV, for those who don't know, put the ad cue up first. We will be putting loads of videos onto BPTV, which is a channel in itself. So those who don't really want to put stuff on their own channel, or don't have a channel, will find something interesting, something nice to look at. If you suddenly film something that'll look really good on the internet, but I don't want to do it myself, send it in to us and we'll put it on for you. It's going to be interesting. Mandy's doing loads of work on BPTV as well. I, of course, have just sat on my arse doing nothing. Any further developments on the book counts, Mandy? You like the lavender colour and the colander? I can't even speak tonight. The lavender colour, but the white looks like cauliflower. It does, but I think it's so pretty, and they smell lovely as well. You're doing okay. Helen keeps telling you your shirts are getting baggier, which is always a sign. There's one thing standing on a set of scales and seeing the numbers come down means nothing. When you're putting stuff on that you couldn't wear a couple of weeks ago, or stuff's getting baggier and baggier, you can actually feel it yourself, can't you? 5/8 of the way through book 7. What? I can't see that, Mandy. I can't see that. Far from good enough for the playoffs. Never say never, Steve. I'll never say never, man. It's a cup competition, the playoffs, isn't it? We all live by the yellow submarine. I still can't forgive that fella for that. How do you submit content? Should you have any? That I can sort out. I can send you a link, which will then be able to drop stuff into my Google Drive, and then I'll be able to edit, and if stuff needs editing, I can do that and then stick it up, so to speak. It'll just be a link, yeah. Pick short vids. It's got to be taken by you, not copied from something else, unless it's a drawing, of course, yeah. Want it to be made representative of the community. This is what we're all about. And especially, because I love it when people send stuff in. When Steve-O sends in things from like when he's been working, and other people send in stuff from when they've gone on a walk and showing you where they are in the world, which Donald's done quite a lot, and Ali's done it as well. Just showing you where they are. It's lovely to see what the rest of the community look like, you know what I mean? This is where I live. It's boss, I love that. And we've got loads of pets amongst the community. I haven't, obviously, apart from several Myrons. So it's lovely to see them as well. Cookery. And I don't mean Gherkin knives, I mean like, you know, cookery for normal people. Cookery, lad. Any of them. Send it in to me. Yeah, it's to me, Esther. If it's for fairly big files, I've got a Google Drive that it can be dropped into. All I need to do is send the link. Once you open it, drop in, it will be within my gift fairly soon. Sunsets, flowers, pets, wildlife, favourite place. Anything like that, yeah. And if you don't know what to do, just think of like my walks on my football postcards. Those little things where it's literally just, this is a little bit of a taste of what I've gone through today. This is where I am. These are little snapshots of where I am. Stuff like that I think's fantastic. Just send something in. What have you sent us? Oh, lovely stuff. Cheers, Steve-O. I will edit that to put the Steve the Builder Man on. I haven't submitted to a Google Drive or Dropbox in years. You'll figure it out. I think it should be fairly straightforward, to be honest with you, Sam. As long as I send you the link, just open it and drop it in, and then it'll come to me. It'll remind me when it's actually arrived and what have you. Esther, you had the video with the ponies. If you've still got it, send that back to us and I'll add that in. Because we need a little bit of a few videos to get ready to go live, you know what I mean? And then once it's up and running and everything, I'll be able to occasionally just throw videos in there anyway. Little bits and pieces to keep it going, but it's lovely. Yeah, always let us know if it's for here or for Bears Paws TV, or if you're happy for it to be shown on a live and then also on BPTV. Because it's by the community, for the community, as I think Abraham Lincoln once said, didn't he? I don't know about you. I'm not a nervy, nosy bastard by any stretch of the imagination. But I love it when people show where they are, whether it's Vic with the pool. We're freezing cold over here, and she's got blue sunshine, blue pool, dogs running around, or someone's going for a walk and things like that. This is great to see. I love seeing all this. And it also gives a bit of a backstory to the people that we know from seeing them on here regularly. All of a sudden it's, well, this is the place I keep telling you about. Sam with the animals in the backyard and stuff like that. It's brilliant. I love it. And use yours for anything. Easy, Tiger. No worries, we will do, mate. I can do that. Yeah. But he said it's over it goes. Ooh, what's he like, aye? What's he like? Filth. Utter filth, Stephen. Utter filth. Dolphin friendly Earl Grey. Almond milk, one sweetener. Still hot. That is a good cup of tea, that is a really good cup of tea. I need to be careful with them now. They need to be washed on a regular basis, the lids and everything. And not just washed. Proper, taken apart, and you know, the little things, the bristly things that you used to clean babies' bottles with. One of those. Get right in there. Because if you don't, and you overfill it, then it doesn't seal properly. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, when you're parched, oh, I'm parched, and you go like that and try and take a sip of your tea, it goes all over you. And that's not good. It's not a good look at 3 o'clock in the morning, being covered in tea. Filth. Utter filth. It's going to be pretty basic for now, so don't expect miracles. Well, yeah, we can't get Smokey Robinson or the miracles. We haven't got the budget at the moment. It's not basic though, Mandy, to be honest with you. Simplicity is not basic. So all we need is, what are people doing? What's it like? What's the pets look like? What are the pets getting up to? What's spring look like where you are? Anything like that. That's all it needs to be. There's no need to gild the lilies, that after all, we know that. Yeah, but it's not going to be over the top, is I think what you're trying to say, isn't it? It's just going to be nice. Show the line-up pic. That I can do if I can find the bloody thing. Where is it? No, wrong one. Why can't I ever find this thing? It disappears into a different folder. No. This hasn't. I haven't updated it, Mandy. I will be updated. You can see I'm third along, obviously. I will be updated. In fact, I have been updated. I just haven't updated that pic myself. But of course, there's Kippers, Mary Berry, me, and Horace. I will be wearing a proper suit, by the way. I look much better these days. You can't open your spa bottle. What's going on? It's the second time you've mentioned that last week or so, isn't it? Your spa bottles. Jukebox song you have on a short. Tune, man. Mary Berry, of course. And we've still got Willem Dafoe in the background, haven't we? Who's currently sitting in moonlight, by the look of it. Lineup is very cute, isn't it? I look at the shop owner. Yeah, I do. The shop owner from Mr. Ben. As if by magic, the shopkeeper appeared. Yeah, Esther, there's a new bear involved because it was overly male dominated, I think. So we needed a little bit of feminine influence on the panel. I will not be doing the voice for that one, to be honest with you. The one that you were playing when you typed was "Should I Stay or Should I Go" by your very own Clash. Boss tune. Boss band. Love the Clash. Tweede fles. Jouw. Fits so many days with the squirrels. Absolutely. Boss little things, aren't they, squirrels? I was watching another channel earlier on. Camera Conspiracies. He lives in, well, he was in Toronto. He's moved further south now in Canada. They always see squirrels. He's now got all of a sudden this weird, like a stripy squirrel, and he just said it was like some kind of crack addict squirrel. But yeah, it looks mad. Loving a lady bear. The name of the lady bear, Esther, is Mary Berry, which is like Mary Berry, only berry. Morning, Jackie. I did text our Jackie last week, I think it was. See how she was doing. And made sure I had a proper go at it as well, took the piss as much as possible. Hoping that it gives her a bit of a smile at least, even if it's only for 2 minutes. Yeah, it was mainly because you can do a new bear's voice on 11 labs. That's 11 labs, which is like 10 labs, only up to 11. Her stuff is done, it is. If it wasn't for that, it wouldn't be done. The only way I managed to do female voices in the past was just use my own voice and speed it up ever so slightly. Not too much so it sounds like a chipmunk, just enough that it sounds a little bit higher, which sounds, if you put a lady's image, or in my case, what was it I did? The airlines. Hi sugar, want a party? That thing just sped up slightly, and all of a sudden you think, well, that voice sort of goes with that picture, and then we're all right. Jackie's getting better. She's trying to find Jinxie before she comes back. You can't have Jackie without Jinxie. It wouldn't be the same, would it? Still waiting for me to record the voices. Would have been done today, only it's not getting done today. I had a couple of things to sort out. Then I had to go and do me walk. Then I had to go and do something else. So by the time I'd done all that, I had to look at the clock and thought, nah, ain't happening, bruv. But hopefully, I might have to go and get one of my little microphone things. Oh no, maybe. I might have to do it on the PC using this mic and just chop it all up into bits. Then I can send it over to you. It'll be done now. It'll be done. I should have a little bit of time this week. It shouldn't be anywhere near as busy as last week. Jean-Jers crossed. Dentist on Tuesday. What else is there? There's no match, is there? That was the problem last week especially. Don't chop it. Yeah, it's still in a dark place, but now there's light at the end of the tunnel. That's the main thing, isn't it? It's not going to be easy, it never is, but as long as you can see that light at the end of the tunnel. And time is a healer, as they say. It genuinely is. Island colours, as if by magic it is. Yep, hugs to Jackie. She'll be back soon enough and being a normal pain in the arse self. And we will be absolutely buzzing the day she is. That's what our community is all about, isn't it? If one hurts, we all hurt. Hang on, what's going on here? Paddy's Day soon it is, isn't it? Mother's Day on Sunday, which means Paddy's Day on the Tuesday. It is, isn't it? Sunday next week. 15th will be, won't it? Steve's mum's birthday as well, yeah. One pain in the arse you do miss. That's what we need, isn't it? Christine, how you doing? Charlie Bravo 04. Charlie Bravo 04. Ah, that's how you remember. You learned the name of Patricia because her birthday's on the 17th. Pat's Day. You found 2 4-leaf clovers so far. We'll publish those pics on the day. Oh, lovely stuff, man. That means you will be double lucky, Sam. With any luck. With any luck. Obviously, you'll be lucky with any luck. What a stupid phrase that is. How is it so bloody hot in here now? I was feeling a bit cold earlier on. See the hunt chase yesterday? The hunt chase. Actually, remember things that have no use to you whatsoever. I'm a bit like that. Can't remember where I parked my car or what my name is or anything, but I remember my phone number in Middlesbrough in 1977. Mad. The wheels gone mad. That's part of the memory though, isn't it? Cool down, got to cool down. It is warm tonight. It's saying at the moment that it's 9 degrees. Which, like I say, I had to pick my daughter up at 1:30 Friday night, Saturday morning. And it was 1 degree. There was ice on the car and there was fog everywhere. Could barely see in front of me. And then a day later, and it's warm, it's ridiculous. 4 4-leaf clovers. Are you going for a quadric? Is it a quadric? Enough clover in one jar and one is statistically likely to have more of that mutation. I didn't realise that. That's the last of the washing sorted. You did not miss anything. Lula Ballatini, you did not miss anything. You've not missed Jeff yet, don't worry. Jeff is still to come, so to speak. The last time you fell into it, you're not bothered about watching it again. Are you washing your socks? Of course, Louisa's socks are absolutely ridiculously long, aren't they? They're like football socks, but they're ankle socks on hers because she's like 17 foot 12. Willowy with it. Willowy with it. Easy to remember old phone numbers. You used to remember when the house phone number was 4 numbers. Used to be, didn't it? So all you needed to remember was a 3-digit number for the code and a 4-digit number for the actual number. That's 2 different numbers to remember rather than one 7-digit number. It must be. Esther, it must be. Oh yeah, Jeff, you saw him elsewhere grabbing. You did, didn't you? Somebody seems to have uncovered the secret of Jeff as well, somewhere else. Steve, you remember your first telephone number? It only had 3 numbers. Was that because there's only a handful of people in Norwich who had it back then? Normally the way it worked, wasn't it? In bigger cities, all of a sudden it was just flying out and the numbers were getting longer and longer. But the same up here. There's places in the countryside near here which just no one had phones. Hang on. Here he is. This is the pic. Piggly Ding. Next. Can you see? That's quite Jeffish, you not think? And also, I'd play it only as a YouTube video and, you know, what copyright's like. It's definitely Jeffish. Definitely Jerfish. Definitely willowy with it. Definitely willowy with it. It's not even celebrated. It wouldn't be celebrated in the Netherlands. It's the Irish patron saint day, isn't it? It's only celebrated in Ireland, England, the US. No fucking idea why, like. 4 numbers never. 6 numbers here, then 7. Alright. 487, then it went to 761, 487 in the early 80s. 3 numbers but a longish code, alright. See, I know in Middlesbrough, ours was 6 numbers. In Liverpool, it would have been 7 numbers, but it was a 3-digit area code, followed by 4 numbers. So, like, Garston, where we were from, is 427. Everyone's number was 427, and then 4 numbers after it. I think ours was 4278194, if I remember rightly. Yep, there you go. Whereas Middlesbrough, 465775. Ridiculous, isn't it? Poor Lulu. Are we teasing it again? We're not teasing our Lulu. Wouldn't possibly dare. She'd actually knock shite out of me. She's taller than me. Smidge over 19 feet. 10-digit numbers went into full effect here in the States in 1951, but started in 47. Mad that, isn't it? Mind you, obviously the States is a much bigger place, so you'd need that. In a lot of places it is and isn't celebrated. There's always an Irish bar somewhere. Everywhere in the world that you go to, there'll be an Irish bar that will be celebrating it. Guaranteed. You remember your aunt's number, your dead nana's number, and your BFF's number. It's mad the way it sticks with you, isn't it? 707-244. Was that your phone number, Christine, or is that your prison issue number? Or is that the number that you tell people when you're captured by the enemy? She was in the SAS, wasn't she? Christine's not telling us, but she was in the SAS. Flight Lieutenant 707-244. That's all I'm willing to tell you. They wouldn't dare do it to your face, of course we wouldn't. I'd need a stepladder to do it to your face, so to speak. Saves them picking on anyone else. I like that. I always did that myself. Take the issue off other people, boss. In Enschede, 3 nummers. In Amsterdam, it's 020. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember using the telephone over there, bizarrely. Very handy for checking the weather out. She is. Definitely. Just look out, as you can see, as far as Nottinghamshire, Norfolk, Brazil. It's mad. It's your phone number. Alright, I believe that. Feyenoord still call us 020s. Yeah, we used to get called 051ers. That's the Liverpool code. Except it's now 0151. There's a nightclub called the 051. When you were still out your home, old home phone number. Yeah, we definitely can't see that eye. Not even me. Very, very tall. Louise, very, very tall. Willowy with it though. Code 0777, which of course is a plane. It's a plane. A plane that makes loads of noise. The plane that makes all the noise coming over here, going from Nottingham to Cincinnati. That's where it goes from, bloody Nottingham. 777. The noise, man. You can hear it. Even with the windows closed. Loads of 7s. You can't, what you call me. Definitely Brazil. Absolutely. With it being so high. On a good day you can see polar bears. On a bad day you can see loads of polar bears up close. Do you reckon the yaks would see them off? What's bigger, a polar bear or a yak? What do we reckon? I reckon a polar bear's bigger, but is a yak too heavy? Does a polar bear ever come up against anything with horns? I'm not even going there with a narwhal, because that's not a horn, is it? That's an elongated tooth. And they don't use it for stabbing with, do they? Whereas a yak would proper give you a ta-ra, lad. And has a polar bear ever been up a mountain? It's alright being on the ice floes and stuff like that, but when you've got something with horns that weighs about 27 tonne going, fuck off down a fucking mountain, you bastard. Polar bears are mahoosive, they are. My dad saw one in Anchorage Airport back in 1980. So it went from the floor all the way to the ceiling. I know what the ceilings are like in airports. Rock shandy, oh my god. Let's have a rock shandy. Perfect timing. I could drink one of those right now. Right this second, I could drink one of those. Do I blame you for that noisy playing? I do indeed. It's coming from your place. Coming from Nottingham. Nottingham. And it makes loads of noise. You wave at Cristo Redentor every morning. Does he wave back? Or is you stand there going like that? What lad? What lad? Fucking deadly. 053 is Enschede. It is the cargo 777s, DHL cargo 777s. The noise they make is unbelievable. I can sit in the front room, all the doors, all the windows closed, and I can tell when one of those goes over. And it's 30 odd thousand feet up, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Still hear it. Always comes from Nottingham. 0599 for you, fair enough. The big fella, it is the big fella. Tom. Tommy, can you hear us? Tommy, can you hear us? That's Thu, as they call them in the north, or the Who elsewhere, or as they call them in France, Le Quoi. No, they don't. They call them the U, which sounds painful. Phone numbers. Ja, dat weet ik wel, Yeah, but it's weird how you remember those. Numbers are piss easy if you break them into chunks that you can understand. So for us, the way the phone numbers are over here, or the way mobile numbers are in general, 5 numbers followed by either 6 or 5 followed by 3 plus 3. Then you can remember loads of those phone numbers, which all adds up to being one massive number, doesn't it? So if you learn pi by learning them as a series of phone numbers, you look a genius. No clue about planes, no clue about planes. The only reason I like planes as much as I do is because of KLM Boeing 747s at Schiphol Airport. 1988, 87 or 88? 88 I think it was. Yeah, 88 it would have been. We went to Los Angeles for the second time. Seeing those beautiful 747s in a KLM livery. Oh man. I was obsessed at that point. So many tankers over England this last week. The Beluga has been up a few times, as our Tom will tell you. In fact, where did he send me that the other day? No, not that. Where was it? On Blue Sky? Where the fuck did he send me that the other day? And why can't? Oh, there you go. That was over the Oblong of Dreams the other day. That same plane also flew over the Hill Dickinson Stadium, or near to the Hill Dickinson Stadium, the last home game, and I managed to catch about that much of it because I was using the Osmo Pocket 3 and you can't really zoom in. It looked massive in the sky and I just couldn't get it. But wherever it comes from, it goes to Chester. Shice. Those F-15s rather were from LN. Memory's not good for numbers or letters or matching names to faces or important dates in history. Sam, you learn the big picture concepts and philosophies. It all depends on what kind of brain you've got, isn't it? Some brains are more artistic, some are more, I don't know, educational, some are more numbers, some are more pictures. Just all depends. Yeah, the belugas, the Airbus transport planes, they look like a beluga whale. They are huge, huge bloody things. A 3D printing channel you sub to is going to 3D print you, possibly on Paddy Day, as a leprechaun. You sent him a picture, he said he's going to do the figure as a leprechaun. There's going to be a printed 3D Ali leprechaun. Isn't that boss? We need to see it, Ali Alio. We need to see it. Not your thing, but you went to Schiphol to get people quite a lot and you like the atmosphere. I loved them. Seeing planes that are that big, they don't look like they should be able to take off. They're huge. I was buzzing off that. Some numbers stick, some don't. Faces, yes. Names, no. Mostly hit and miss. Mostly miss. It is. Most people are like that though. You're either good at one or the other. Very few people are good at both. Although I'm shit at both now, so. You thought the F-15s were from an American base? No. Is that all from Lincoln? Lincoln, Nebraska. What? We must see this, Ali. Can you put the channel here? Yeah, you can. Go on. No problem at all, Ali Alio. Dip it in. Let's have a look. I am the leprechaun. Goo goo. We definitely need to see it. Post it as soon as you get it. So to speak. Names stick, numbers don't. Again, it all depends. Some people have got more of a... Oh, yeah. Dorito. There you go. I was going to say it was a Dorito because he's very heavily into his 3D printing, isn't he? Some people have got a very numerical brain. Some have got a very... I don't know. Not physical face. Recognise pictures and things like that. One of Dan's mates it is, isn't it? Dorito. See, this is part of the problem that I have. I can't picture things in visuals too much. If I'm imagining something, I don't imagine it as pictures. I don't imagine scenes. Some people are just, they see things in their head. They see an entire film that they're creating in their head. I don't. But I can think of emotions in terms of music. I sort of can do with colour, but it's music. It's a note, a string bend on a guitar, or a chord, a synth pad. That triggers something for me. If I had to explain myself, but I couldn't use words, and I had two working hands, I reckon I'd be able to do it via the gift of a guitar. Analytic or artistic, yeah. I think I'm a little of both, but not enough of either, unfortunately. I think you're already subbed. Just haven't switched on notifications. Doesn't matter if you have, to be honest with you. because you never get anything off them anyway. You're going to send us the pic you sent him. Nice one, Ali Ali-O. Ah, there we go. There we go. You'll never beat the Irish. You'll never beat the Irish. There's Ali with a bag of crack round the neck. Disgraceful behaviour. You're going to make a very, very good leprechaun. I hope you know that. And that's not racist. That's not racist. You sent that. It's not racist. Speaking through music is such a cool form of expression. It is, because it's the most basic form of expression that we have. Before there was language, even before there was art, before there was cave painting, there was the sound of drums, or there was the sound of noise. We know what it feels like. We know what it means. It's boss. Where are all the fellas tonight? I know it's a bit of a ladies' night, isn't it? And the feeling's right. Oh, what a night. You don't know how it's going to turn out. It's going to turn out fantastic. Line on the left, one cross each. Oh, Jeff's been watching The Life of Brian. Isn't it marvellous, eh? Isn't it marvellous? Casper, here you go. Here's a chap turned up to balance it out slightly. It's going to make a fantastic leprechaun, that Ali. Genuinely, you're going to be sound. Maybe too much Jeff on a Sunday. That'll be what it is. Both long distance communication and aids in storytelling and passing on culture. Exactly that. It's brilliant. Music's such a good art form for that, for communicating. Which is why it's used so heavily in film, despite the fact that you can see what's on screen. It doesn't give you the full atmosphere of what's happening. Music is always the thing that puts the cherry on the icing on the cake, isn't it? I mean, if you watch Jaws without the cello playing, it's a fucking shark swimming around, isn't it? There's no real threat there until it jumps out, at which point, oh really, is that it? The build up to it though, dum 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 dum, all that, yeah. Marvellous. Marvellous. Lately you're only promoting others. Where are Ali's birds? Ali, yeah, we need to see more of your birds. Once the weather gets a bit nicer, you can get out there. Let's have a look. See what's going on in the world of Ali's garden. Anyway, it is Sunday, and we'll start off with the man himself. The man, the myth, the legend. I think he's been quite creative this week as well, to be honest with you. I've started journaling. He started writing down his innermost thoughts. I'm worried. And recording my life. Oh, there you go. He's making a film, is he? Do you feel him? Plus making my own soundtrack. He's trying to be me. Hoo-yah! Who does he think he is? He's trying to be me. I write things down. I try and film things. I'm trying to make music. Oh, God, man. Can't have anything, can you? Without Jeff just trying to be me. He's a proper copycat. I think deep down he fears me. He fears my power. Doesn't fear my power. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. But, to be fair to him, if he wrote a journal, I wouldn't mind reading it. I think you'd have to have a PG rating on it, like, but, you know. He's my alter ego. My alter ego. Or am I his alter ego? Christine, which way round is it? Flea looks like him off Supernatural. Sure, I wouldn't know that. He looks quite horny, doesn't he, given the fact that he's got a couple of horns. I wish, I don't know what, no. I don't think I'd want to live with Jeff inside me. No. That would be a very interesting BPTV segment, it would, wouldn't it? Jeff's Journals. Oh. Monday, created absolute bedlam. Tuesday, caused chaos. Wednesday, went to library. Only joking. Set fire to the entire bleeding street. Very poor indeed.
Very poor.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed.
It could be a thing, couldn't it? Jeff's Journals. Somewhere along the line, it could be somewhere. Which reminds me, I need to get me book for writing in. It's over there somewhere. I need to write some stuff down, including some poetry bits. I used to do this all the time. I used to carry a little notebook with me everywhere and a little Bookie's pen, and whatever came to mind I'd just write down. Now it got easier, just use my phone, blog, and out it came, just stream of consciousness. But now there's too much going on my phone. I need to go back to having pen and paper, I think. That's how I wrote so many poems over the years. OJ, original Jeff. What would be in Jeff's journal? Secrets. So many secrets, Christine. So many secrets. Like to go back thousands of years. He does. He's at least, what do we work out? He's between 300 and 6,000 years old, is our Jeff. Jeff's impressions or influence on historical things. If you have a look, I think in days gone by, he did appear in a few places, didn't he? If I remember rightly. In the very early days when Jeff was starting to appear on this channel, there was a few pictures of him in the background at historical events. Events that really he shouldn't have been there. What's your favourite Turkish team? You think Beşiktaş, Leo Messi, Leo? I haven't got a favourite Turkish team. I quite like the fact that I don't support any team there, which means I can watch any of them play each other and enjoy the game. Normally in most countries there'll be a team that I sort of favour more than anyone else, but Turkey, I just quite like watching them. Quite like watching the games. Only Jeff. Of course he's got a journal, he's so gay. I've got a journal as well. I'm only partly gay. Now you've got a Rolling Stones earworm. If anyone wants to submit entries into Jeff's journals, I'm sure you could find a slot for him on BPTV. There you go. If you think he can write in the style of Jeff, submit your entries and then that can appear on the journal as well. But don't forget, I don't want to get the channel deleted. So no utter filth. Suggestion, yes. Utter filth, no. Where would you like to see Jeff? Only Jeff, a subdivision of Only Demons. OnlyDemons.com. Turkish Delight, oh there you go. Like a bit of Turkish Delight. Which Rolling Stones earworm have you got? Sympathy for the Devil. Boss tune, that. Boss tune. There's a Call of Duty game which was set over in supposed to be Korea, Vietnam, Southeast Asia. And one of the missions that you have to do, you have to go on one of those boats that they had floating down the military boats that used to zoom down the little rivers in the middle of Southeast Asia, and they play Sympathy for the Devil as you're zooming down this river, all of a sudden starting a gunfight. It's the most amazing mission of any game I've ever played, because it just gets you so into the spirit of it. After watching all these Vietnam films, and Sympathy for the Devil's always used, suddenly you've got a controller in your hand and you're playing it while this is playing in the background. Amazing, amazing. Ooh, a four-poster bed comes to mind. I reckon Jeff would have a four-poster for nefarious activities. Filth. You've got Avatar movies, I like Magic Mike or 50 Shades to Jeff. The dirty bastard. The dirty rat bastard. It is him. He is. He likes a bit of that, doesn't he? A bit of blue on blue action. You never heard it? How does it go? Hoo hoo. Yeah, easy tiger. Mr. Moon has gone. Many apologies for the inconvenience. So you can't let horny middle-aged women write about Jeff. That's the main thing. Steve-o, let them do it. I'll just put it into a book and we'll sell it. Make a fortune. 50 Shades of Jeff. There you go. Casper's got the title. We can make a fortune out of this. His blue movies are literally blue. Yeah, you can see... Oh, you can picture Jeff languishing on a four-poster, writing in his journal, on parchment with a quill in his hand. You always think of that Denzel Washington. What's Washington? Denzel Washington movie now when you think of Sympathy for the Devil. Yeah, Tour of Duty was always full of Stones tunes. It wasn't the theme tune to that Paint It Black, if I remember rightly. Used to be on about 1 o'clock in the morning, back in the day. Before Prisoner Cell Block 8 used to come on. Tour of Duty followed by Prisoner, back in the day. That was the 80s for you. Fallen. Ah, right. Was Paint It Black, I thought so. Boss tune, that. The weird, the Stones, though. If you go back and listen to the early stuff, the very early stuff, he never turned into the Mick Jagger that we've seen these days. Things like Mother's Little Helper, where he sings with a Cockney accent. Just bizarre. She goes running for the shelter of her mother's little helper. And all of a sudden he's singing, I was born in a crossfire hurricane. Oh, he wasn't. That's a load of shit. We don't get crossfire hurricanes in South London, do we? It's full of shit, man. People write fan fiction about blue stuff between Little Alex Horne and Greg Davis. I know, it's everywhere, isn't it? Jeff could get some fan lore at some point. I think he might have already got that, to be honest. Oh, you had the Tour of Duty CD. What was it like on that? There must have been some other good stuff on there, Esther. You've seen that, it's hilarious. It's a worry, isn't it? So obviously, fanfic gets clicks. It even rhymes, doesn't it? Fanfics get clicks. Money to be made there. Bit of Substack action going on. If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Ah, right. Easy, how you doing? How's things, man? No carpenters, yeah. Only brickies, lads, only brickies. What do you call flint workers? Is there a name for it? Flintmen. I'd love it to be something like that, just specific flint workers. Flinties, flinters, flintmen. Flinters. Greek, it is... That's Greek. I have got to print off Greek. It's on my phone somewhere. I've got 4 ones to print off. Where Where is he? Where is he? Where's this? Where's this? It's on my other phone. That's why I haven't done it yet. I will do that though, easy. I will print off the Greek flag, definitely. Just mixed up if I were a carpenter with if I had a hammer. I have as well there. It's confusing me. Would you have my baby? I'm not babysitting for anybody. Right, so Flintwork comes in the stonemason. My relatives worked on the cathedral, the big Anglican cathedral in Liverpool. They are stonemasons and they've still got a yard about 6 miles in that direction. In Ainsdale. Well, 5 miles in that direction. They worked on the big cathedral. I did not know that until we moved up here. And my mum suddenly says, oh, by the way, yeah, as we went past it, we're related to them. They used to work on the cathedral. What? Seriously? Yes. Isn't it mad? And if you've ever seen that as well, it's one of the most imposing buildings you will ever see. Liverpool, the waterfront is amazing anyway. It looks beautiful. And it's full of buildings which look breathtaking. Up close, the live buildings are insane, gorgeous. But I work in one of the buildings just behind there, the other side of the Strand. And occasionally you can look out of the windows and just, you can see the Tower restaurants, the St John's Beacon. You can see Lime Street Station. You can see all these places. But you can see the Anglican Cathedral and it just stands out as though it's been placed there by a giant. It's fucking huge, man. And of course the Anglican Cathedral, which is the Protestant cathedral, is on one end of a street, and the Catholic Cathedral or Metropolitan Cathedral is on the other end of the street, and that street is called Hope Street. Isn't that great? And that had that name before the cathedrals were made. So it's nice. Either end of Hope Street is where you want to go and practice your religion. My mate used to work in there. He used to repair and tune the big organ, which he had to make sure it was working properly. You'd have to play it. My mate's a fantastic keyboard player. And we'd be in there, seeing how he's getting on. If we're in town, just go in and see him, have a cup of tea and what have you. And then he'd start playing Genesis songs and things like that. Prog rock inside the church, and the whole place, outside the cathedral rather, the whole place was fucking vibrating, man. Mad. Four Tops, like a bit of Four Tops. Yeah, I really do like Motown. My auntie was into Motown. My uncle, who recently passed away, was into punk and things like that, and ska. He gave me all that. My auntie gave me all the Motown, the love of Motown. It's brilliant, isn't it? The 3D printing process itself could be over 8 or 9 hours long. It takes a while, doesn't it? Even if you're doing a leprechaun. It needs to be done. It is interesting. I like it. See, the Celtic and Rangers fans had fun today. I've not seen any of that. Which one's the round one? That'll be the Metropolitan. That's the Catholic Cathedral. Otherwise known as Paddy's Wigwam. Or sometimes the Mersey Funnel, but no, we didn't call it a Mersey. It's always Paddy's Wigwam here. That was supposed to look a lot different, that, you know. The underneath of it, the sort of below street level, is incredible. And they're supposed to have this building on top which was supposed to rival the Anglican down the road. But they run out of money, so they just put this little thing over the top of it. And it looks crazy, but it works. It's unique, it's brilliant. Even though I don't believe in anything like that, like, you know. Detroit seems run down. It is, isn't it, by the look of it? Once the car industry wasn't really working the way he wanted it to, just bye-bye, bye-bye. Did I watch the rugby yesterday? I didn't. Wigan beat Toulouse. Detroit has apparently been rebuilding. All right. When the G7, as it was then, had the conference there, the European visitors thought it like World War II had happened to the city. It was so bad. It's bad, that, isn't it? when you think of how much money that city must have made over the years. Oh, it was that one. It was that one. Lou Reed, yeah, of course. They both invaded the pitch and had a dance. Feckin' Egypt. Take a walk on the wild side. Do, 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 do. That was 1994. Good year, 1994. I think. I don't know. I can't remember. Must be a Venn diagram of musicians, brasses and surgeons with the sentence, people who fiddle with organs. They did something for the people, or is it just window dressing? That's never good enough, is it? Investments improved and things have improved from what you understand. Haven't returned in 20 years other than a couple of days. Not doing any looking around. Yeah, when you think about the amount of money that must have made over the years, that should have just been an incredibly rich city. Everything should be perfect, spotlessly clean, looked after. But as soon as it was of no use to whoever was in charge, bye, we'll leave you to it. It's horrible, that, isn't it? That seems to be a car industry kind of thing, that, to be honest with you. Parts of Birmingham were like that, weren't they? The UK car industry was pretty much based in either Birmingham or Oxford, one or the other. And then once the car industry left Birmingham, it was just ripped out. There you go, you're on your own. Loads of jobs gone. But it's good to see investment in there, isn't it? Investment pays off. These people don't realise this sometimes, do they? If you invest in an area, you get more out of it. The people there improve. The jobs that they can do improve. You can get more investment on top of that then. No, just leave it. Just leave them to it. It's horrible. They were trying to do that with Liverpool in the 80s. Leave us to manage decline. In other words, to go bankrupt and to just collapse into the river. But of course the city fought back, and luckily enough, we were in Europe at the time, so Europeans made sure that we got loads of money to make up the shortfall. Invested in loads of places. The Albert Dock got dredged, done up, looks amazing now. And I think it's either the first or second most visited attraction in the UK for tourists. Which is bizarre. You'd think it'd just be in London, wouldn't you? Everything would be down there, but no. Bizarro. Although I suppose London's got so many different places you can go to. Whereas if you come to Liverpool, you're going to the Albert Dock at some point. End of story, like. You might have the Berlin album. Some good stuff came out of Berlin back then. Sam, you had 3 weddings. Returned to it for the first couple of years, and then a multi-state road trip. But you had specific tasks that time as well. Detroit is where the wire... No, it's Baltimore, isn't it? Yeah. AI is going to take all our jobs soon. No more need for the working class. There'll always be a need for the working class, Stevo. Can't see AI doing flint work, mate. Never going to happen. There was a good little video the other day I saw, which was... I think it was slightly AI made as well. Where Sam Altman, Jeff Bezos, Musk, Zuckerberg, all them lot, were sitting round drinking like cocktails, and AI had replaced everything. All the jobs had been replaced by AI, but to power the AI, all the people were on bikes with dynamos to produce the power to feed the AI that's taken our jobs. There was a lovely way of putting it, you know, on its head. What's that? Hear the bloody noise out of there. What plane's that? Airbus A400M Atlas. Lossy mouth to not available. It's making some noise. That's not even close. Noise out of that, man. Noise out of it. A400M. See? I'm in the blue dot. They're now 7 or 8 miles away and I still hear the bloody thing. Saw a few docs about the place, but a while ago, the place looked desolated. It was on Top Gear, wasn't it? Detroit, and it looked as if it had been just left to go to rotten ruin, isn't it? Yeah, the star being from East London, Idris Elba. People were still confused when he started talking with a Cockney accent years later. What you understand is Detroit is now out of bankruptcy and improvements are in some areas but not all. That's an improvement in itself though, isn't it? If you can sort some of it out, get out of bankruptcy for the start and then just improve bit by bit. Once money starts coming in, look after the next bit of places and then move your way up bit by bit. The Matrix is coming, man. Also try ADS-B and click on the U. Say what? What's that? What? So downtown areas where events happen and people from outside the city come to enjoy that part. Not sure if everyone in, brace yourself, the 8 miles of city are seeing improvement. Is there an 8 mile radius there by any chance? Yes, Idris Elba is in The Wire and he plays an American dude. And Americans were so confused by the fact that he's actually from London that it blew their minds. Because normally there's a tell. Whenever a UK actor tries to do an American accent, there's always a tell. They always get it wrong. Always. But he just nailed it apparently. Ask Eminem, yeah, 8 mile. 8 mile radius were way before Eminem, though, you know. These go back to the 70s. In fact, I think their first albums went back to the 60s, 8 mile radius. If I can imagine them going back that far. Yeah, I thought there was an Eminem referral. Donald, how's it going? Yeah, right, you are. He was in Luther as well, he was. He was Luther, wasn't he? He's a very statuesque actor, isn't he? Nails as well, like. Grew up very near where your dad's mum moved to after moving out to Detroit proper. Ah, right. I'm taking you mean Eminem and not Idris Elba. Otherwise that would have confused the fucking life out of us. He's a good lad, I like him. I think there's just as many British actors doing US accents as US actors making movies there are these days. Tom Holland was another one, wasn't he? Someone said, why are you doing this stupid voice? What do you mean? Why are you talking in a stupid voice? It's my own voice. But you're American. I'm not American, I'm from London. Why are you putting on a stupid voice? I'm not putting on a stupid... This is my own voice. Good film. 8 Mile, I've not seen us. Mind you, I'm not a big rap fan, to be honest with you. The only things really approaching rap that I like to listen to on a regular basis would be A Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul and bands like that. More sort of jazzy hip-hop, upbeat. Oh, and a little bit of Ice-T. Bit of gangster rap from Ice-T, but not much. Not normally my style, to be honest with you. Hugh Laurie in House does a good English accent, a good American accent for an Englishman, doesn't he? Not everyone does. There's a couple of girls who are actresses, funnily enough, who've got a YouTube channel where they watch loads of British TV and what have you. And they were talking about this. They said there's always a tell. When a Brit tries to do an American accent, there's always something. It's normally something like cinema. It's always cinema, and they don't say cinema, do they? Obviously. There's always that. You can tell it just doesn't sound right. To get that right, you really have to be right in the middle of it. But then I know exactly the same with people trying to do Scouse accents. They singularly fail because they just can't do it right. Tom Cruise does a great Irish accent. Does anybody do a good Irish accent? Certainly not Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt in Snatch. It's like, what the fucking hell is he talking about here, mate? You like rap by default, grew up with it, but don't necessarily seek it out intentionally these days. When it comes on the radio, especially old school, you can't help yourself. That's a good sign. I like that. It's more about just troubled youth, not much rap, only at the end. Yeah, but I just mean, if it was something that I saw when it came out, it's a film with Eminem. Nah, I'm not asked. Don't like his music, I can't be asked with that. Hence me not watching it. Anyone watched Under Salt Marsh? Kelly Riley isn't speaking with an American accent like she was in Yellowstone. I've not seen that. I've also not seen Yellowstone. Sarcasm doesn't become you, Donald. Brad kind of done a decent traveller accent. Not brilliant, but decent. Yeah. There's just times where I think, what part of Jamaica is he from? You know what I mean? In Liverpool, we do talk like that though, did you talk like that though, don't you? Just, they always get it wrong. I've only seen a few people who can actually do the accent. Not many at all. Band of Brothers after cast a British. Like a Tribe Called Quest and so The Far Side and Wu-Tang Clan. Oh, Wu-Tang, I do like the Wu-Tang Clan. Back in the 90s. Man. Now that Wu-Tang are boss. There was a series of documentaries brought out about the Wu-Tang Clan, wasn't there? Which were absolutely brilliant. Tilly Boy Bagara. Speaking of Jamaican, there was a Cork politician that went viral because his accent sounded Jamaican. I've seen him. He was brilliant as well, wasn't he? Proper Cork. Stephen Graham and a girl from Killing Eve. Jodie Comer, very good at accents. They are actually. She's a big Evertonian as well, Jodie Comer. Her dad used to be a physio at the club. That's right, boy. That's right, boy. A bit of cock, boy. It's always funny recognising an actor from your homeland in an international or American thing. Oh, when you saw Chernobyl, Gorbachev was played by a Dane. Game of Thrones, there's a bunch as well. You couldn't make Game of Thrones without having at least some Scandies or Nordics. There's got to be Danes, Swedes, Finns, and what's the other one? Norwegians. Got to have them in there. You can't. You couldn't have it. Same way there's always got to be a Scot or an Irishman in there as well. Jumping up and down and lost your keys. Jump up and locked out. Yeah, there you go. Killing Eve, a good friend, is played by a Dane as well. Cambodia. Isn't that a country in Africa? Will you have a sup of tea, Donald? Will you have a sup of tea? We'll do you a cup of tea if you're after it. In fact, you know what? Yes, there you go. Nice buckets of tea. Here's where this actually comes up now when it goes to buckets of tea. But it'll be there instead, won't it? There you go, there you go. That's a good cup of tea, that. Here we go, here we go. Oh, it was so close. That was that close there. That close. It's actual tea, but we've got hwache. A sup of the bucket. There you go. Have a proper soak on that, lads. A proper soak on that. Right. We'll do a Kipper's Red. Lula Bellatini, if you're there, cover your ears. Very snazzy. We are very snazzy. You just got comfy as well. Oh, Bellatini, what's going on here? There you go. Woman of the House, Where's Me Tea? The Silent Man, what a movie. Esther, you were first. I was leaving yours till last to make sure I could give a warning to people to cover their ears so they don't piss themselves. I can't even hear it and I'm starting to jump up and down. You know what I'm saying? We do need a pee break, don't we? Pee break, pee break, do-do-do-do, pee break, pee break, do-do-do-do. You need another, definitely need another tenner. Have you seen the Tenor Men? Not an advert, but yeah, Bez and Sean Ryder from the Happy Mondays being spokesman for Tenor Men. The fucking world coming to, man. A super sherry is needed for the granny by the fire. We haven't got sherry, have we? We should have sherry by the corner. Smart pub owner. Experienced, you see. Got to know your clientele. Always know your clientele. Or to give it its full title, it's clienterance. Port as well, you need port, definitely. Port, sherry, baby sham. Yo, was here, Tiananmen at first. Takes your brain a minute to absorb context. It gets there though, doesn't it? It gets there. You haven't seen a schooner in ages. I used to annoy people. You know how big a schooner is as well, don't you? People used to piss me off in the pub. And if they did, I'd do them a full pint in schooners. And then not change it for them. Not give them a pint glass. Make them drink a full pint out of schooners. Oh, why have you done that, you knobber? Because you're annoying me. I don't want that glass, I want that glass. No, not that glass, that glass. All right, I'll give you whichever glass I want. Here you go. However many schooners it used to take to do a pint. Don't mess with a barman. We know our shit, man. Know your madhouse, definitely. Oh yeah, Stone's ginger wine, Krabby's ginger wine. Harvey's Bristol cream as well in the blue bottle. Of course. Proper old school stuff. Schooners, little sherry glasses about that big. What people in 80s sitcoms in the UK used to drink all the time. Does anybody actually drink sherry? Krabby's ginger, yeah, Krabby's ginger wine, as well as Stearns's. Oh my, Ali, oh, I am falling apart at the seams. Falling apart at the seams. No, Steve, oh, it doesn't. Have you tried natural yogurt? Super Dan, how you doing, bud? Good result for City. We like to see that. Krabby's ginger beer, not wine. You know, it's been a while, hasn't it? Plus my brain exploded, Louise. Potato, tomato. What Isa drinks? Yeah, sherry. Those little. You remember she was drinking in those little tiny glasses. Big sherry glasses. I know her. Good girl. Big sherry glasses. Used to get Krabby's ginger beer in the States. Yeah, so it's ginger ale and ginger beer are two different things, aren't they? Sherry Bobby. Hello, Still Game. Such a great show. 2 pints, prick. Got a craving for black velvet now. Real black velvet, or the stuff that used to get in pubs, because they're two different things, aren't they? I know, because I've had both. The black velvet that you get in pubs is Guinness and cider. The real stuff is stout and champagne. And we have tried it. Someone gave us a bottle of champagne one night and none of us liked champagne. So we drank it with Guinness. And every one of us said the same thing. What a tragic waste of Guinness that was. Don't waste Guinness by putting fucking champagne into it. Shite. Was there last night. Stayed over in Newcastle with the game being so late. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised, mate. Couldn't believe seeing a 40-man queue to get in Wetherspoons. It's mad, isn't it? I've had to stay in Newcastle a few times. Still can't get over it. 24-hour Greggs, things like that. Fucking nuts. I stayed in the hotel, which is right by the station. I think it's called the Station Hotel, funnily enough. Just randomly saw an episode of Still Game the other day, and they said, let's have a dram. And it's funny because you use dram as a unit of strong alcohol. Yeah, it's where it comes from. The Scottish. Oh, we dram. Moscow mules were big for a few years there. You'd have to get it from a store called World Market whenever you got a shipment. Good stuff, man. Black Velvet, Not Living for a Smile. Oh, I hate that song. The one you prefer, whichever one comes first. Your mum and sisters introduced you to the Krabby's drink after they visited the UK. Always. You like Guinness with a lemonade top? Out. You're bad. What you can have with Guinness, and I got taught this by an Irishman as well, so it's not just me making this up. If you've been drinking Guinness and it starts getting a little bit too heavy, the only thing he said you're allowed to put into it is a little tiny bit of tonic water. Just a little bit. Not much, a little tiny bit. And that, for some strange reason, gives it a slightly different, lighter taste, but it makes it taste, or makes it feel less heavy going down. You'd have that, and then you're back on the normal Guinness. That's what, and he's from Dublin himself. So that's all you're allowed to have. Anything else, blackcurrant, anything else, you would get kicked out the pub. Not allowed to do it. He also said English people over in Dublin used to piss him off. Everyone waiting for like 27 pints of Guinness that they don't even like. And all the lads in the Harp were trying to drink, in the Blue Light, were trying to drink Harp. Loads of people put blackcurrant in Guinness. Every Paddy's Day in our pub would have to order 4 times the amount of blackcurrant that we'd have. Oh, he wasn't a barman. No, he wasn't a barman, Christine. I was the barman. He was sat on the other side of the bar. He just said, don't be putting that in there. What? Don't be putting that in there. Don't be putting blackcurrant in Guinness. And that's what he told me to tell. If it's feeling a bit heavy, just put a little bit of tonic water in, but don't do anything else. Otherwise, out. It's my fucking pub, dickhead. What are you telling me to get out for? Diluting Guinness is blasphemy to a lot of people, it is. And Mackie and Black. If it's not Guinness, you can get away with it. Mackeson's is not quite Guinness. Same as Murphy's. Do what you like with them, but Guinness, don't feck with it. Don't feck with it. Our Guinness used to get rave reviews as well until the day after we cleaned the pipes. At which point all the Isle fellas, the old Irish fellas at the end of the bar, what have you done to this? Tastes like shite. We cleaned the pipes last night. Dirty bastards cleaning the pipes. Because what happens is, there's a little bit of malt or whatever it is gets stuck in the line. A little bit of like a vein. And it tastes the Guinness. It makes it taste a bit more creamy. As soon as you clean it and it's all completely spotless, it doesn't quite taste the same. Never like Guinness, just Murphy's Red. Or Black Label whiskey. I used to drink loads of Guinness. I loved it. Loved it. Never had Guinness in Ireland. Only went to Belfast. And at that point, the first night we were out, I was with people from Newcastle, Sunderland, Preston, Liverpool. We were all over there. And one of the lads from Sunderland went, oh, first night here. Went for something to eat with the big manager and everything. We're going to have to try a Guinness, aren't we? What would you like? We'd like drinks. Yeah, sound. This. How about you? I'll have a Guinness, please, love. Sorry, we don't sell Guinness. You fucking what? I think it was his first time anywhere in Ireland. What? Can't get a Guinness? So he said they've got their own, some kind of Belfast stout. Yeah, I'll have that then. But you wanted a proper Guinness, but obviously not. You've got to try a Guinness, it's mad, man. Any Guinness you had outside Ireland wasn't great. Haven't got on the lash outside Ireland much apart from Edinburgh. Ours was sound. Even the Irish fellas liked it. Because it was fairly well looked after. And most of it was brewed in Warrington, which is just down the road from us. Water. Feckin' water. Where's the water? Feckin' water. What a beer that looks like coffee. Stout's brilliant. Guinness is stout. That's why it looks like coffee. It's made out of hops and stuff that have been, or malt. Which one do you burn? If you burn it, it's Guinness. If you don't, lightly toasted, it's lager. Keep the good stuff for the natives, as they should. As they should. Vive la Revolution. Was okay but preferred the red. How is Vic? Do we know yet? Guinness doesn't travel well, which is why apparently they used to brew it over here. Brew it in Warrington, and then it got sent out to our pubs in Liverpool and Southport, and then all over the northwest. Thought it was made out of penguins. Who was it who said that? Someone did actually mention that, didn't he? If you boil penguins, that's how you make Guinness. The white bits floats to the top. I was half expecting Vic to do a live this weekend after a post. I thought she would as well, funnily enough. Feckin' water. Used to have an Irish themed restaurant chain. That's where most of us try your Guinness for the first time. Bennigan's. That was it, Al Murray. Yeah, I thought it's right though, isn't it? It makes sense to me. Boil up penguins. It's brewed in America and Nigeria. The Nigerian stuff is potent. Yeah, it used to brew it in Warrington as well. I don't think they do anymore, but that's why it always tasted better. By the time it came off the boat and came over, it lost its panache over there. Feckin' water, it's the feckin' water. Now he's not been around for a while, I don't think. Probably busy, cheerleading. Good stuff though, Guinness. If you get a good pint of Guinness, tastes amazing. Yeah, Ali just spun it. What are you doing? Bloody Irish, what are you doing spinning a lander on water? Out of order, you, Ali. Bloody out of order, you. Right, well, it is Sunday after all.
But Kipper's Vindaloo can't be good for you.
What has Kippers found? Elon Gust and Dame Judi Drench among storm names sent to the Met Office. The opportunity to suggest a name was introduced a decade ago and now attracts thousands of suggestions every year. Elon Gust and Dame Judi Drench are among the names that have been submitted to the Met Office for UK storms. The public has been able to suggest names every year since 2015, but only about 20 are usually chosen. Others that have been put forward include Stormy McStormface, Keir Stormer, David Blowie, Storm Prince Andrew, Bruce Springstorm, 50 Shades of Rain and Stormzy. The names were revealed by a Freedom of Information request to the Met Office. Some of the names are really clever and funny and we enjoy seeing them, suggested the forecaster. But no Hurricane Higgins. We're in the UK, it's got to be Hurricane Higgins, man. Hurricane Higgins. We need to have one of those. Also, anything face is not funny. It needs to stop. It's utter shit. Normally made by people who think that Friends is the funniest sitcom ever. Stop this now. Boaty McBoatface, well done. Congratulations. Ali doesn't drink, so it's all sound it is. But still shocking. Still blasphemy. Order a Tory Fanta to annoy me. It is nice though, Tory Fanta. See, I don't mind drinking it. Stormy Daniels will work quite well as well, wouldn't it? Yeah, I like Judi Drench. David Blowie. Of course, that's something slightly different, isn't it? Over there. Ali, you got to go. No worries. Enjoy work this week. I know it's difficult, but enjoy work this week. No running around in the morning. Tie your shoelaces. No falling over. Proper stoner in the area. David Snowy, that'd work as well. Can't beat a good blowy lad, you know what I mean? It is slightly different, isn't it? And of course they have got to be careful. Because occasionally people will suggest things that are not quite as they seem. Like those gritters that are up in Scotland during the winter. Gary Gritter wasn't going to get used, was it? Not a chance. Not a chance. That's a good cup of tea, that really is. I need to make another one of those before bed later. Must have tea. Many's the time I've woken up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Parched, spitting feathers. And you've got to have a quick supper of tea, haven't you? Otherwise, you'll never get back to sleep. Never will. There are some funny ones, but there's also some incredibly unfunny ones. And Boaty McBoatface, etc., Snowy McSnowface, it's just not funny. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. Otherwise, we'll have to have a revolution in this country. Force feed people Billy Connolly stand up until they start getting funnier themselves. Oh man, it's still warm, you know. That window is now gone wide open to the point where, I don't know, a smacker to be able to actually climb in it. That's how thin. Tree whales. Boaty McBoatface was fine once, not as yet. Even the first time it wasn't funny though, Sam, to be honest with you. Considering we come from a nation where people are hilarious. That was the kind of thing that your auntie's mate would say, you know what I mean? If your auntie had a mate who wasn't particularly funny, she'd say that. And the young lads would look at each other and go, what the fuck is she going on about? Don't vote for her. Tell her to shut up. No. Yeah, it's just the same thing over and over again now though, isn't it? Bin. In the bin. Fuck it into the sea. Don't want to hear it again. Because that Boaty McBoatface, there was loads of other funny things that were mentioned at the same time, and they picked that one because they allowed the UK populace to vote on it. Know what I mean? Don't allow them to vote on anything, the UK population. Mr. Blobby got to #1 on the charts over there. Know what I mean? Don't let them vote for anything. Fucking thick they are. Why am I always whining about the window? Because it's too bloody hot. And now it's wide open and it's still too hot. And if I leave it too long before shutting it, it'll be freezing in here later. Assumed it was the same group of preteens voting multiple times. It sounds like it, but I also don't think it is. Like I say, I think it's possibly someone's auntie's friend. Always the same. Your window's open as well. Balmy 4 degrees Celsius. We are still on 9 degrees here. Look at that, 9 degrees. And it doesn't go below 8. Look at that. Up to 12 tomorrow. 12 tomorrow. 12 tomorrow. It's going to be boss, man. Dolphin friendly Earl Grey. Always got to be dolphin friendly. Why is it always wine? It's never beer, it's always wine. I was watching that the other day, funnily enough. That particular episode. There's 2 episodes, I think, back to back. One, the name Horace is mentioned. And then the next one is what you just seen earlier on. Kipper's Vindaloo. That's where I got that from. So both bears are mentioned within the space of 2 episodes. Horace gets mentioned in Confidence and Paranoia, in which Confidence is played by Craig Ferguson, chat show host in the States these days, or was at least. It is 12 tomorrow in the good old U of K. Bit rainy, but I don't mind. Go up to 75F, 24-ish today. That's a good summer in the UK, though. A proper hot summer's day, isn't it? But then you need to have a look at where we are. I was thinking about this the other day. Yet another Instagram reel or TikTok or some fucking useless thing of Americans going mad about British food. There's no spice. Have you seen the globe? Have a look on the globe where we are compared to where you are. Billy Bob in Alabama's moaning that we've got no spices. Look where you are compared to the equator. Look where we are compared to the Arctic Circle. You don't need spice up here. What you need is stodge. You need potatoes. You need stews and things like that. Fucking just, oh, you know what I mean? Why haven't you got any spices? Well, your spices don't come from where you come from. Yours have to be imported as well. Yeah, but no, but no, but no, but. This little tiny country in the North Atlantic owned a quarter of the globe, and we did that based on potatoes, not on spices. Up their workers. Eight now, 17 tomorrow. That's ridiculous, isn't it? 17. Yesterday it was sunny and 8 degrees Celsius. Lovely, isn't it? This time of year it's nice and lovely, and same weather in October is depressing. It is all about context. But this is the thing you need to watch out for. Like I said the other day, we got up as far as 13 degrees Celsius during the day, and it went down to 1 degree overnight. So it was frost. When I had to leave the house, it was frost. Removing ice off the car, there's no need for it. It was just shorts and t-shirt weather during the day. Freezing cold and effing and blinding at Jess later on that night. Changed from the snow you had a month ago. It's not that long ago, is it? You'll have a brief cold front come through Wednesday evening to bring back to normal spring temperatures before starting the horrid climb to the hundreds of summer. The horrid climb to the hundreds of summer. I saw them supporting 8 Mile Radius in Toronto in 72. Since New Year's Day, you had a full week. About a full week of days without rain. A full week. That's not bad going for Ireland, is it? Everyone can thank the Peruvians for supplying the world with its stolen potatoes. Yes, and we have thrived on it ever since. It's like a sauna effect. Mad. Yeah, hot and cold, hot and cold. Contrast bathing. Good for you. Still gets to 0 most nights here, but hopefully you won't have much more winter before spring really gets going. Spring's round the corner. Genuinely. Let's have a look at the weather. How long's the weather going to be shit? It's not. See, our weather's now evening out, sort of 4, as low as 4 and 5 and as high as 9, 10, 11, 12 even at some point. So it's all right. It's quite nice. That full week was spread over a few months, and I was just saying it's still good going though, isn't it? For Ireland, like. Stolen Summer sounds like a great lyric. It sounds like a good topic as well, doesn't it? A very good topic. Every summer gets stolen in the UK and Ireland. Just when you think you're going to do well. Get all your stuff together to go to the beach. Fucking snows. Middle of July. But are you happy? Are you shite? Anyway, well it is Sunday. We may as well do the last one now anyway.
Steam from the kettle obscures my garden viewings. The birds are hidden.
Oh, poor Horace wants to watch the birds out of his backyard and out of his window, back garden window even. When it gets over 13 degrees, you can ditch your big coat. Is that a yak skin coat by any chance, Louise? Is that your temperature? Is this arbitrary or is this some kind of scientific thing you're doing here? 13, that's it. The coat comes off. The record year for rain was 2018. You had 3 metres of rain that year. About 10 feet of rain. Insane, man. Insane in the big rain. As long as there's no black ice so the delivery person doesn't fall. Oh, you'll be alright. There'll be no more of that now. You might get a couple of cold days, but it's not going to be anywhere near that bad. Fun fact, sunniest year on record in England and here in Denmark were both last year. It was particularly sunny last year, wasn't it? We didn't have a particularly brilliant summer, but it wasn't bad. But it's... Yeah, I think it was. We had a really sunny sort of winter, spring. Wasn't expecting that. And certainly autumn seemed to last quite a while as well. Lippy Horace is speaking with a Scottish accent with an Edinburgh accent, Esther. Over 13 and there's less chance of blue fingers. Ah, right. There's a lot of steam to obscure the birds or a small window. I think there's both. Small window and a hell of a lot of steam. Speaking of kettles, you putting the kettle on? That's what it is. Over 13 there's less chance of blue fingers. Anything over 9 degrees, there shouldn't be any chance of blue fingers. You took a YouGov survey with some distinctively English options. It was asking about smart appliances. Ah, right. This winter you stop wearing gloves as the temperature got over -5. The 2 options were a smart kettle and a smart hob. You can get some very, very smart stuff over here. The worst one is the smart fridge. I hate smart fridges. There's these smart fridges, there's a screen on the front of them, and what happens is it's got a camera behind it which shows you what's in the fridge, as opposed to opening it to see what's in there or having a window, an actual window in there. No. Smart kettle. Be smart kettles that you can work off your phone. You fill it full of water the night before. Start it off in the morning or something. Come on at 7 o'clock in the morning. Lippy Kid some elbow boss tune, man. And you don't call anything a hob. Hobs are great. It's a very English sort of word, isn't it? It's an English sounding word. Put it on the hob. Hob. Guy Garvey appeared in Car Share, he did, didn't he? With him being a fellow Boltonian. You have smart coffee makers and espresso machines rather than kettles. We've got loads of them over here as well, but we do like our kettles. Lecky kettles, man. Given that we drink so much tea. Married to the daughter of the Avengers actress, yes. Emma Peel. Dame Diana Rigg. She was on the other day, funnily enough, that the Avengers are on of a night. And she was on there, and who's the other one? You had Joanna Lumley and... Can't remember the other girl who played Tara King. There was 3 of them. And Joanna Lumley got a haircut in that Purdy bob, and everybody, something stupid, like 90% of women in the UK were going in asking for it, just because of her hair on a TV show. How mad is it? Rachel Sterling is the name of the girl that Guy Garvey's married to. You didn't have an electric kettle until 2000s, but you did have a stovetop one. What, on the hob, you mean, Sam? On the hob. Yeah, they are good. They're really handy. You have an old Russell Hobbs one from 2012. Don't need it any smarter than that. You don't. Does it plug in? Does it get hot? Does it boil a kettle? Does it boil? Does it boil? Does your kettle boil? Yes, sound works. She did, not too long ago, Dame Diana Rigg. Steed, of course. Patrick McNee. Not many people could tip a bowler hat with the end of his umbrella in the same kind of style that Steed could. Very, very, very stylish man. Kettles used more at workplaces. We have them everywhere here. I was going to buy one for my bedroom. That's how bad it is. If I'm on the phones of a night, what am I talking about? I'm on the phones during the day. I'm on the phones during the day. I'd have my kettle in here. Big thing of water. Off you go. Rather than have to run round every 5 minutes. But now, I've got Bluetooth headphones that I can listen out for the phones on, so I'm alright. Purdy heard there was a thing in the Netherlands as well. Ah. Yeah, but I'm sure I've heard a story about it. Didn't Joanna Lumley say she got told not to change anything about her? Don't change anything about yourself. And then she just went and got a Purdy haircut by, I can't even think who it was, one of the big hairdressers in London at the time. Just go and give me something, and closed their eyes, and he came up with that. They almost sacked her on the spot. Instead, they didn't. And that haircut went through the roof. She became very, very popular then. Brilliant, Joanna Lumley. There was a really good show that she did where she was dropped off at a desert island somewhere. Middle of the Pacific, was it? Just left to her own devices. And she was brilliant at it. You think being someone who was posh and what have you, she might struggle, but no. Just thrown on there, got into it, had a knife with her, made a pair of slippers out of a bra. You know what I mean? Just mad, got on with it. Brilliant. Vidal Sassoon, it was someone like that, I'm not sure, was it Vidal Sassoon? Might have been. But just asked, go and give me a haircut and you can do what you want. That close to being sacked, and instead became one of the more recognisable haircuts in the world. Oh yeah, the guy on the jukebox, he was on, Dan interviewed him, Arias Nation or Arias and the Nation, I can't remember which channel it was on, but Dan interviewed him as well. He's been on a few, hasn't he? Thomas Benjamin Wild, is it? It is, yeah. She is brilliant. I was quite surprised. I always thought she was just a posh girl watching polo and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But no, really down to earth. Does loads of good work for the Gurkhas. And if you see any of her, yeah, she's very, very funny. Any of her programmes, she does her travel programmes. She's sort of similar to Michael Palin in that way. Very engaging. Just good presenter, which is half the battle, I suppose. And nobody saw it coming at all because she wasn't a comedic actress. When she suddenly turned up in Ab Fab, people didn't think she had it in her. She can't be a comedic actress. Not at all. She can't do it. Next thing you know, she's absolutely brilliant in it. And you couldn't imagine anyone else, could you? Playing Eddie. Patsy, rather. Just them two fucking hilarious together. Brilliant. But then you don't know, do you? Some of these people are fantastic actors. If all you ever see them in is Shakespearean plays or tragicomedy dramas, things which are not really pushing the comedic chops too much, you don't know. Give them a chance, you never know. They could be amazing. Like Joanna Lumley, she's boss. We prefer Joanna over Michael Palin. I love Michael Palin though. The nicest man in the world ever. Linda Thorson, that was it, Tara King. Miss King. But then I can't remember watching any of those series with her in it. I remember watching some of the ones with Diana Rigg in them, and I definitely remember watching loads with Joanna Lumley and Gareth Hunt as Mike Gambit. Michael Palin's fantastic. She's never ugly. Joanna Lumley, she lets herself get in positions where you think she is, though, which I think's another amazing thing for actresses who are. I mean, she was a model, wasn't she, to begin with, Joanna Lumley? Actresses who've made their name from being pretty or looking classy and what have you, to then suddenly just let themselves look. I mean, getting out of a taxi with her knickers round her ankles and a lipstick smeared on her face. That's when you know someone's fully into the character. I'm quite happy to look stupid because it's funny. That's what you need. Around the World in 90 Days. Oh, he's fantastic. What a really, really good presenter. Definitely a nation's treasure. Oh, yes, Sapphire and Steel. That was a good series as well, that wasn't it? Is that David McCallum? Sapphire and Steel. Yeah, loves the Gurkhas and does loads of work for them. You need that. Definitely need that. Anyone who's got like a platform where they can speak, if they can use that to help other people, I think is fantastic. And as she's been married to the same fella for absolutely donkey's years as well. Didn't see her falling out of nightclubs at 3 o'clock in the morning with someone else. Always a good sign, I say. Up the Gurkhas. Up the Gurkhas. Sorry, Wolfie, go on. She was born in India. She was. Quite a few people were, weren't they? Felicity Kendall was born over there as well. In fact, I think she was brought up there as well, yeah. Which is why I think Joanna Lumley is so invested in the Gurkhas, because she knew the people of that area, the whole India, Nepal, Pakistan, all that Himalayan area. Knows it well. Yeah, someone who's gorgeous but not scared to look silly or ugly. Julie Walters used to do that all the time, even when she was fairly young, alongside Victoria Wood. Didn't matter how they looked, the pair of them would just throw themselves into whatever they were doing. That takes some doing now. Bigger balls than us men have got, being able to do that. If you do it, you might not get more glamorous parts. I don't fucking care. This is a brilliant part that I'm playing now. Yeah, Billy Connolly's World Tour trips were fantastic. Another one I could listen to him all day. And wherever he went, he'd be dancing around in the nip, of course. In the Arctic Circle. Jeez, man. That's another... I was going to say you have to have some balls to do that, but I think he shriveled up to his throat, didn't he? It's always nice when a celeb isn't awful. On the very few occasions when it's true. Absolutely so. It is nice. It's so rare these days when someone actually comes across as being brilliant and they find out that they actually are. Isn't it great? When you fell out of a taxi with lipstick on your face and knickers around the old ankles, only the police turned up. That's it, you see. You're not a dame, are you? Same accent as well. Freddie. Yeah, Freddie was he born in India, or was it Zanzibar in Africa? It's where he was from, wasn't it? Ah, Fred. There's loads of people who were born in India because we used to own the place during the days of the Raj. You'd have people's parents would be over there running the place, or were in the army or something. Loads of people ended up being born there and then come back to the UK. Bizarro. Yeah, it's from the island where all the hippies go, Zanzibar. Which is also a pub in Liverpool, or it used to be anyway. The place where bands used to play, the Zanzibar. I think it's been changed now. Might be something else. I've been in there. It was great. The Zanzibar, Labato, the Cumberland, the Jacaranda. Loads of boss places back then. Born Farooq Bulsara in Stone Town in British Protectorate of Zanzibar. Now part of Tanzania. Yeah, and the Zoroastrian religion. Yeah. Quite a story, isn't it? With our Freddie. Didn't he escape just about in time? But that far away. Managed to get him on a boat before things went tits up. Went to boarding school in India. Ah, there you go. He sounds very English when he talks. Sorry, he sounded very English when he spoke, didn't he? Dame just means a plain adult female there. Quite the opposite of the fancy meaning in English. More like the US version. There ain't nothing like a dame. See it all in the film. Is that the one with Rami Malek? Is that the one? That film? I've seen a documentary with it. That's the only thing I can remember seeing. Strange, man. But that's what you need from your rock stars, don't you? To be slightly weird. Gives them the edge, I think. They're the ones who'll try and do something different. They're the ones who'll experiment a bit more. That's why Brian Eno went from... It wasn't even playing keyboards, was he, in Roxy Music? He was playing the electric wall in Roxy Music, and then went to start doing ambient music before anyone else did. He wouldn't have done that, would he? If he hadn't have thought. Weirdness definitely helps, which is, I think, should be the subline of my my channel, to be honest with you. Haven't seen the Freddie film yet, I haven't. It's been on in the house, but I've been watching something else on my telly. In the film, the astronomer was on the family dinner table. What? I know Brian May is a doctor of astrophysics, isn't he? Something like that. Very, very, very... Well, is it astrophysics? Sure it is, isn't it? He could have worked for NASA. Very, very, very smart man. Brian, you know, he did loads of super chill ambient music early on in as well, in like the 70s and stuff. He did Music for Airports, which is a fantastic album. Really, really chilled. And nobody else was doing anything like it. years later, everyone's making it. The Orb and people like that are making ambient. No, he was there first. In terms of, I don't want to say rock music, but obviously loads of jazz has got that hint of space and ambience about it, but he was the first one in the rock space to do it. Talk Talk made a lot of good ambient music as well, as did Mark Hollis from Talk Talk. The Colour of Spring, good album. My parents did. My parents did what? My parents are fucking lunatics, to be honest with you. I talked to my dad actually last Thursday, in the car on the way to the pub. We were listening to the White Album by the Beatles, and we were talking about songs that were coming on. Oh, this reminds me of that, and that reminds me of that. It all reminds me of sitting in my bedroom in the Derby Arms in Halewood in Liverpool. The Beatles complete song book in front of me on the floor. My dad's guitar, and I was playing along and singing Beatles songs because that's how I could learn how to play guitar. I knew the songs so well that I could hear straight away if I was doing something wrong. That's not right. I'll have to try that again until I get it right. That's how I learned. My dad showed me a few chords, gave me the Beatles complete songbook. Go on, help yourself. And I did. I miss those days, man. So I've got to be really careful with the Beatles. I can't listen to them all the time, otherwise I would literally listen to them all the time. It would devalue them slightly. So I've got to listen to them, then not listen to them for a while. Then don't listen to them for a full year. Then all of a sudden I'll listen to everything they've done all in the space of a weekend. Then not listen to them again. Got to be careful. Yeah, they did. They watched it. They watched the film. My dad loves all that kind of stuff. He's watched that loads of times. He's watched the Rocket Man Elton John biopic as well with Taron Egerton. He's watched that loads. Loves it all. Likes his music, my dad. He gave me loads of music as I was growing up. Played the Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel, Jerry and the Pacemakers, all these bands, 10cc. He played them in the car, and then as I passed my test and I was driving, I'd put on the likes of, I don't know, The Lars, Stone Roses, Happy Mondays, and then latterly the likes of Oasis and what have you. And he'd like start listening to that music. Oh, I like this, what's this? So he's got loads of stuff now on Spotify, music that I gave him over the years. After doing it with a few bands, there's a chance you'd end up hating the band eventually. Yeah, it is. You've got to be careful. There's a tipping point after a while, or you become even worse. You think, oh, well, can't be bothered. It's even worse. You either love them or hate them. If you become ambivalent towards them, it's even worse. But yeah, just take your time with them. Have a listen. Stop. Put something else on. Keep looking for new music all the time, but always go back to what you like. Need to watch the Macca documentary. My dad was watching it the other day. Although he was pissed, so I think he watched about 10 minutes and then fell asleep through the rest of it. Yeah, I've got to be careful with a few bands. Yes. Radiohead. Talk at the moment. I'm pretty much listening to them every single day. I love Mark Hollis's voice. But I have to be careful with them as well, because otherwise, if you listen too much, it just becomes a bit shite. Zoroastrian tradition, interesting, predates all three Abrahamics. I did not know that. You listen to the Smiths 200 times. The Smiths I've got to be careful with as well. I'll put on an album and I'll listen to another album straight after, and then straight after, go round and round. Which is why I think I like Spotify Discover Weekly. it will suggest a few new bands, but it'll also suggest bands that I've already got, which I always found weird. Discover new music. This is literally already in a playlist. Why are you telling me this? But I've not listened to this in a while, so I will listen to it. Yeah. So I've been trying to mix and match quite a bit lately, which can be very confusing. To listen to Miles Davis followed by, I don't know, Alice in Chains, followed by Beatles, followed by The Orb. Just it confuses the life out of people. Imagine a world where none of those three ever developed. Oh, no, no, no. Don't even say that. Don't even say that. How lovely would it have been? Imagine there's no religion. Above us only Sky TV, you know. That's what Louise sings, isn't it, all the time? Above us only Sky, because there's literally nothing above you apart from piss and sky. And the occasional 777 going from Nottingham to pissing Cincinnati. Or at least the two that have colonised everywhere. Just, yeah, remove out the way. It'd be nice occasionally, wouldn't it, just to try this. Have a couple of months without that. Just take little bits. Jenga the world. See if it falls apart. Religion's been taken away. Look, still solid as a rock. Like Ashford and Simpson. Podcasts, audiobooks and songs you search. I do listen to loads of audiobooks. I was listening to one about, there was a murder case in Liverpool back in the 1930s. William Wallace, his name was. Supposed to have iced his wife. But probably didn't. It's used by all these Hollywood scriptwriters because it's the most unprovable, provable story. It's amazing. Absolutely incredible. And there was, at the end of the audio book, there was two little addendums where there was a couple of authors, American authors, and a couple of scriptwriters who were talking about this particular case, how interesting it is, why it was so amazing, why it's a gift to scriptwriters. Amazing, man. Religious communities that just keep it to themselves without converting anyone are fine. In the same without, yeah. You wouldn't want to live next door to someone who played death metal all day, would you? Put your headphones on. It's fine. Or play for a couple of hours and then put a little bit of Enya on or something. Hardcore dance music or black metal. No, just play it yourself. It's alright, come on. Freddie Mercury, a great topic starter. He's a topic starter. Twisted topic starter. He has a persecuted minority heritage. It knits everything together. He is really good for that. If you start a tab with Freddie Mercury, many tabs will open up as a result. I can't speak, we noticed. End up having some fun with religious visitors to the front door. Might be a bit mean, but what the hell. It is always good, isn't it? Can I talk to you about... Can if you want, mate. Not going to do you any good. Don't you believe? Can we change your mind? Someone said to me one day, what would you say if Jesus turned up right now? I probably said, well, fuck me, I think. Probably. Which I don't think they were expecting, but you knocked on my door, mate. I never knocked on yours. I went to flee Persia, India, then Zanzibar to the UK. Immigration, oldest human solution. Always taking those who need taking in. There was a big poster in Liverpool, actually, because we've got loads of stuff at the moment about immigrants. There's a big poster in Liverpool saying, thank God for immigration. And there's a big picture of Freddie Mercury. They played at Liverpool earlier on, very early on in their the career Queen. And it was a picture taken on the stage at this place. Massive poster. Brilliant. I've gone up. It doesn't count with me though, does it? All human topics are connected. They are. It's the aisle 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, isn't it? I'm only on level 21 as well because every time Jeff puts a message out or says follow me on Positive Mental Attitude on Twitch, all that stuff. Hey, don't yay me on that. Jovo's. That's why anthropology is the best subject there is. William Wallace looks like Crippen. It's a really interesting story, you know. Genuinely interesting story. How they found him guilty to begin with. All the things that were wrong with the case are absolutely amazing. Just shows you how far we've come since the 1930s. And it was in Anfield, obviously. But where he came as part of his alibi, apparently, was over the road from where John Lennon was living with his Aunt Mimi. Mad, isn't it? They don't dare there because you are impossible. Tell them straight. Yeah, William Wallace, it's an amazing story. If you get a chance, I listened to a free audio book and it was good. I bought this one because it was about 12 hours long. Brilliant. And it's a very Crippen-esque story as well, to be honest with you. Love all that stuff. I mean, if you put on ID or Crime and Investigation Channel or that kind of stuff, it's all stuff from the 70s or 80s at the earliest. And it's all the same, isn't it? All similar kind of stuff. Whereas if you go back to the 30s, 20s even, I don't know, there's something more interesting for me because it's unusual. Now you've got to imagine as an earworm, which I think also Liverpool Airport is named Liverpool John Lennon Airport, and one of the signs outside it says above us only sky. Perfect, isn't it? Perfect. Couldn't have been named any better. You couldn't have Liverpool Sir Paul McCartney Airport with bomb, 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 ah yeah, could you? Just wouldn't work. You watched South Park today, it was about emo and goth. Edgar Allan Poe appeared sounding like a misunderstood emo. Because he is. Oh, sorry, he was. Quoth the Raven. Oh, I hate you, I'm painting my room black. It is cool as. And outside it is a big yellow submarine, which I've been inside when I was a kid. When it was at the Festival Gardens in 1984, I think it was. I was in it. Now it's just parked outside the airport. It's great. I have to go there quite regularly. In fact, I've got to go there in May, I think it is. My sister's going away again on holiday. Can you drop us off at the airport and pick us up? Yep, no problem whatsoever. I get to drive to Liverpool Airport early hours of the morning, all lit up, decent cameras with me, obviously. I love doing that. Everyone moans about stuff like that. Can you give us a lift to the airport? Oh, do I have to? I fucking love it. Love it. Love it. We can do it. End the factionalism of myth systems, political parties. Imagine things like race or gender. We can do it. We all vibrate at frequencies. Let's get those frequencies closer together. Less hate, more love. It's going to work perfectly. We can forward the human species. Scared of flying is out of the window. If she was out of the window, she'd be more scared of flying than ever. But yeah, it's gone. I'd actually not completely gone, but she doesn't really drink much at all. When they go there, it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. She'll have a quick vodka and lemonade or something. do her breathing exercises, and so far she's found it fairly easy. All those years of not going anywhere because she was shit scared of flying, and now this is like the 4th time, I think, in the space of 18 months they've gone away. Good, isn't it? Could have been going for years. Could have been here, there and everywhere. But no. I don't like flying, really. The last time she went was when she was... Oh, bloody hell, how old was she been? 10, I think it was, before that. She was 10. How can you say you don't like flying if the last time you went was when you were 10 and now you're in your 30s? I don't like the idea of it. Just fucking go and do it. We are one species. Absolutely. People forget we're only one species because it suits them. Or it suits the people above us. Keep taking your eyes out the way. It disappeared on your side. What? Imagine all the people off the chat. Where's it gone? Where's what gone? Yeah, I think it's back to Portugal. The people that she works for, I've got places over there. So they'll meet them when they go over. I think last time they're on a huge, very, very expensive boat. Her friends are very, very rich, you see. Very, very rich. So where she's going to is no like shithole. It's a nice place, and they're going to go on very, very nice days out, which don't mind, do you? Glad it showed up in a screen chat. Good stuff, man. Show it should. Don't know why I sound like that tonight. I am absolutely fucked tonight. Yesterday, man. How bad it was yesterday is I was falling asleep on the sofa. I haven't done that in ages. So tired. Then I went for my little walk earlier on. My little Bart's Head walk. I only just managed to get back home. Knackered. Yesterday's walk was so much longer though. 1.73 miles. That's nothing. But for me it's huge, it's huge. It took me forever. Folks are not going there. My folks are going later on in the year to where they go to. They like the same place. They've been going to the same place now for 20 odd years. If we won the lottery, I'd buy a place out there just for them. Just to get rid of them. It does, every step does count. But more importantly than that though, Sam, was actually being out in that foresty area. Just so nice. The sounds, the smells, just the sights, everything. The fact that you can hear it on the video, you can hear cars quite a lot, but certain parts of that little park, even though the cars are that far away from you, you can't really hear them. The trees soak up all the noise. So just even 10-15 minutes of walking around there was enough. Even when I got back towards the road and it was louder, didn't matter. I'd relaxed and chilled at that point. Very, very, very natural sound barrier. A hunger rumble. It's definitely not a hunger rumble or the other. Might be... Could be the things going out tomorrow, the bins. No, I had something to eat earlier on. I am neither hungry nor rumbling. Yeah, but it's nice as well, the fact that that place is only just over the road there. That used to be a tip years ago. I think when we first moved here, it used to be a tip. And then just completely left to go overgrown, and people dumping things on there. They turned it into a proper little woodland. There's a walk round there. There's a run as well. There's two sides of the road. That side over there is it's a park run. Brilliant. There used to be a playground sort of thing climbing frame and everything at the top, which has now been demolished and taken away, unfortunately. But it's lovely. And considering where we are within the town, it's nice. A nice little oasis. Maybe something out yonder it might be. Because that microphone is pointing directly at the window. If anything's going on out there, you'll be able to hear it. Sometimes you'll be able to hear the wheelie bins going out. Sometimes. There's something out there though. I don't know what it is. There's plenty of ambience, there is. There's Mandy phone. Mandy's probably still working on stuff for the BPTV at the moment. The ambience is weird in this place as well. It's like there's pretty much, just beyond us this side, there's nothing apart from farmers' fields until you get to Ormskirk, 6 miles away. That direction you've got the sea, but you've got the whole of Southport in between. And then there's the hospital where I was in is just over the road as well, so there's loads of ambulance-y noises and things like that. But you've also got animals, geese coming over all the time, owls hooting. It's a really strange vibe. I like it. It's quite chilled. Quite relaxed. It's quite a vibey place. Is that what the kids say these days? It's quite vibey. Such a mood, such a vibe. The moon. Look in the background, Esther. If you have a look at the bear and the lighthouse. Moon out. Moon back on. Very eclectic it is. Not used to suburban noises, so odd noises throw your head a bit. And it works the other way round as well. If you're used to being in somewhere that's either urban or suburban and you move to the country or go and stay in the country, the quiet absolutely ruins you. I mean, for 2 or 3 days at least, you can't get used to how quiet it is or how loud the quiet is. Completely silent followed by the sound of a squirrel going past is so loud. Mad. But it's whatever you're used to. If you move to the city where it's really loud, if you're there long enough, you just get used to it. We moved to a place in Liverpool, which is 2 or 3 doors down from where the railway station used to be. It's now moved a bit further down, but when we first went there, the trains going past every 15 minutes was just a nightmare. My dad was saying we'll have to sell this house. 2 weeks later, couldn't hear when a train went past. You tune it out completely. You can hear a car a mile or 2 away. There's nothing else, is there? I love that though. I think it'd probably scramble my brain completely, but I like that. I like the idea of just being quiet. Don't live here, you can hear anything the neighbours do. Yeah? Yeah? Your suburban squirrel vids are such a challenge with all the ruckus. Yeah, but man, suburban squirrels hit hard, don't they? Yeah, there's something outside there now. What was that? That was a noise out there then. Still quieter than living in a real city. Definitely. That's what I quite like where we are now. Liverpool is just down the road, 20 miles in that direction. So a big city is down there. Southport is, well, it's here, but it's a smallish town. And then there's loads of quiet place around the corner. We're on the edge, so it's as quiet as you want it to be, or it's as loud as you need it to be. Anything quieter than this would be a struggle. Anything louder, I think, would be a struggle as well. So I quite like it. I quite like it. That's definitely, there's another plane going over as well. As a kid, you lived near trains, you were counting trains to get to sleep. We used to, well, when I stayed in my nan's in Garston, during the summer you had to have the windows open because it was so warm. Speke Airport was a few miles away, and you could hear the jets not taking off, just the engine. What do they call it? There's a name for it. The little engine that they've got to keep things going so that you can start it. ECU, is it? Whatever it is. You could hear that of a night and just hear it in the background. It was lovely because it wasn't overly loud, but it was just distant. APU, that's the one, sorry. Yeah, the APUs, you could hear them. And they never used to have planes taking off of a night or landing too often of a night, so it wasn't that bad, but I used to love that sound. Nice warm night, window open. The smell that you get during the summer. If it had gone a little bit cooler, just that nice cool air coming in, and the sound of the APUs, brilliant. Although people that live near there hate it. Well, why'd you move next to an airport? Waves as background sound blissful. I can imagine that. There was a lovely house for sale in Formby. It was only £2.1 million, you know what I mean? It was pretty much on the beach, massive place as well. That would have been perfect. There's a balcony upstairs looking out to the west. You'd have all the sunsets dropping below the sea. There's more water there than there is at like Ainsdale or Birkdale, so the waves would be crashing all night. Oh, I love that. But I never won the lottery, so fuck it. You lived in downtown Amsterdam, it was quieter than where you are. Whereas you're out in the sticks, aren't you? It's crazy. It depends on where you are and whichever city you're in. I've lived in some parts where you'd expect it to be quiet and it's absolute bedlam. Other places where you think it's going to be a nightmare and it's really quiet. You get used to it though. Wherever you are, you get used to it. The one thing I don't like about places like here are the light pollution. I live on the coast. I should be able to go to the beach and see the Milky Way. You can't. Just this orange glow above your head, it's horrible. Amsterdam did strike you as a chill city the one time you visited. A lot of it's chilled given the cafe culture. Just sirens you hear more, but hedge saws, mowers and whatever all the time. Didn't have that in Amsterdam. Of course you didn't, did you? If you live in somewhere that's more of a concrete jungle, you wouldn't have people mowing grass. Yeah, so it makes sense. Shit like, but it makes sense, doesn't it? You love camping out to the islands off the coast. It's quiet. All you hear is the waves. You need to do it more often. Definitely. That sounds lovely, that. Get out there, enjoy it. Yes, some very chilled parts of Amsterdam. How are you? Oh, chilled. Yeah. You're lucky. Can be very bad. We get them all the time here. We're in suburbia. It's the same thing. Everyone's got a garden, either a back garden, a front garden, or both. So all day, every day, lawn mowers. But you just, well, I do anyway. I just tune them out completely. I think it was less traffic and no notable construction, of course. And there's far less traffic, there's far less cars in the city because people are on bikes, which is much better. Yeah, same with every big city. Yeah, if you've got places where they've taken away the cars, it becomes a lot quieter, a lot nicer. You can breathe in more. Honking taxis, I saw honking taxis supporting 8 Mile Radius in Toronto in 72. The bikes everywhere in the Netherlands is fantastic. It's an entire country that was built specifically to bike. which is much better for you. Much healthier. Not as much pollution. Marvellous. And I got my bike nicked. Right, that last one was Dublin to Newcastle. What? Ryanair, operated by Malta Air. What the fucking what? That's what that noise was. World's gone mad. Yeah, not anything like a big metropolis in the States. Yeah, London's bad enough. And that's fairly small compared to the big metropoli in the States, isn't it? LA, mind you, LA when we went there, it was the last couple of times I went there. That's more like a collection of English cities put together with bits of space in between them. It wasn't that bad. Tomash, niche hat, very niche. Bikes and fat bikes. What do you call me? Nowadays with arseholes with big mouths who stab you. You're not really selling it, are you? A friend lived beside a dual carriageway. His nose hair growth accelerated massively when he lived there. I'd love to see the correlation between that. That'd be fantastic. Tease yourself. Tease yourself. How's it going, Tom? Tom. How's Mrs. Tom? Can you hear me, Mrs. Tom? And how's Domingos Duarte? El gato más guapo del mundo, eh? I was just talking about the beluga that you sent the other day. That went over me as I was at the match on Tuesday. But I just didn't get a decent picture or video of it, unfortunately. Gusses. Fucking gusses. Counting trains to go to sleep sounds lovely. It does, doesn't it? Especially ones that are in the distance. So they're not too loud, but just loud enough where you can hear one of those. And just, oh, I love that. Been watching Kill Bill Volume 1. Couldn't hear a thing.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Very poor. You let yourself down, you let your family down, you let the whole school down. Conditions of inequality and fake scarcity make for violence. We can fix that. There's enough of everything in the world to look after everybody if we want to make it so. But that would require taxing billionaires, and you don't want that. Yeah, I showed the picture early on. It's fantastic, that, the beluga. Beluga. Nederland has lost its innocence. Everywhere's lost its innocence. Mrs. Tom is in Bath on a girly weekend. What are the girls doing in the Bath on the weekend? Filthy. Who killed Bill at that volume? You want to know that. Domingo was snuggled alongside, and it's nearly his supper. Don't mention that word. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it. The tail will be going in a minute, won't it? That back and forwardy tail. Do you mention food, Skipper? Do you mention food? I bet you he calls you Skipper as well, doesn't he? But in cat talk. Did I hear food mentioned there, Skip? Skip! Did I hear mention food? You like the diesel make sound or the sound of Dutch taxis? That's exactly what my car sounds like whenever I hear it. If I stand outside my own car while the engine's running, it sounds like the taxis. Always. Always. Although I'd rather have one of the old school Mercedes steering wheels. I miss them. The ones with the holes in them. And I need to find one. I want one. Plus I also need diesel. Shit, that's reminded me. Something else I should have done today. I am on fumes at the moment. I need diesel. I need to go get diesel tomorrow. Domingo doesn't want spam. Domingo wants foie gras. Won't settle for spam. The Berlin taxi driver. That's what it sounds like. Old school Mercs. White Mercs with green boots and bonnets and what have you. brilliant. I love the way they sounded all these years later when I got mine. The lad on High Peak Autos was talking about them. The 2.1 Mercedes diesel engine. It's very agricultural, he calls it. Just, it sounds like a taxi. And those taxis were amazing. Loved them. When I pay through the nose for fuel, I pay for the premium diesel as well. So it's going to be even worse. But I don't do that many miles, so I'll be alright. Cats and their tails. That isn't it, just swishy tails. That occasionally do that and tap you. Oi. There's a tin opener out there with your name on it, lad. Used to be all make all of the time. Yeah, I need to find out what those steering wheels were. They had like a cord or a rope around them. Or they were stitched. But they had like little holes in them. Oh man. I used to love them. My dad's car, he had one. He had a 280E or a 280S, whatever it was. I love that car. Love that car. That's a bucket list, Euro Millions bucket list car. I want one. And a proper Blaupunkt radio in it as well. Playing the Beatles, obviously. And of course, me being the tit that I am, when I bought my car, the first CD that I played in there, not a tape because I didn't have a tape, but the first CD I played was Revolver by the Beatles, because my dad used to play it in his Mercedes all those years before. Things had to come full circle. I love it. Oh, hang on. Massage. Uela massage. There you go. I told you. Knew it. That tail action. You can tell, can't you? Oi. Food. What was the wheel up hanging was like flying? What? Why were you hanging over the wheel? What wheel up hanging? Dat weet ik niet. They did support 8 Mile Radius in Toronto in '72. Wheel up hanging. Loads of industrial German style music, wasn't it? Like Einstürzen and Neubauten, but with a reggae lilt. I can't fucking speak. I don't know what's up with me. Apart from being absolutely thoroughly exhausted and sore, falling apart at the seams. Your ex's mate had a Merc from Germany. Mine's from South Africa. Gutted. Back in the day, your dad had a leather thingy on the steering wheel and a beaded car seat cover. Absolutely. In the rust bucket car where the floor fell off at 40 or 50. Everyone had to have one of those. Beaded covers. Oh man, you're a boss. How's my hand crankle? It's swollen. A little bit sore. The shower news. The shower's getting finished off tomorrow. He almost finished it on Friday but run out of time. So tomorrow he'll turn up in the morning. It needs sealing all the way round and the door putting on. And then checked one last time to make sure everything's fine. But he's done a good job as the lad. Worked his bollocks off. Helen just got home and woke you up. Helen, the drunken correspondent, doing remarkable work in the theatre. Did she enjoy it? Helen's been out. Helen's been watching Magic Mike and the Chippendales, apparently. The theatre. Strip show. She's been to a strip show. Didn't want to go to Norwich. Oh, didn't want Norwich to go to Wembley anyway. No. Concentrate in the league. Wheel up hanging. Suspension. Ah, right. Suspension, yeah. El Teatro. You hate Wembley. You're back on Tuesday. You're going to Wembley on Tuesday, Tomash? Or you're back to theatre? to the theatre, not the Chippendales. You tell us that now. While Mrs. Tom's away, the Thomas will play. Filth. Absolute filth. What are you going to watch on Tuesday? I've not been to Wembley for a while. Last time I went, we beat Man United. In fact, the last 2 times I've been, we beat Man United. One was in the FA Cup semi-final, 2009 was it? And before that was 1995, when we won the FA Cup in the old, your very own Wembley, proper one. Suspenders? No, it's not suspenders. Suspension. If you get suspenders on a car, it's a different kind of car you've got. A filthy car. Your car's filthy. Utterly filthy. Yeah, Wembley's going to be at least another year for us as well, isn't it? 21 home games in League and Cup. You went to the shite semi and the United semi. Your heart still hurts. I was at the United one. That was one of the best games ever. The noise was amazing. Half and half. And we outsang them for full 90 minutes. Oh. Did see Samway's cross in 95 against Blackburn, was that? Go and see the Memory of Water at the Everyman. Oh, very nice. Filth, Esther. Utter filth. Utter unexpurgated filth. You filthy beggar, you. I've not been to anywhere in ages. I've not been to theatre. I've not been to watch the film. Nothing. But I've been out filming stuff, haven't I suppose? Went to the matinee the other Saturday, but didn't finish it as Mrs. Tom got involved in supporting a medical emergency. Ah, right. Night, Steve-O. Night, Helen. Have a good week at work, mate. Don't knock your pipe out. All right, so yeah, I thought you went to see that, but I didn't want to say anything like. Yeah, sorry, footy talk. Wasn't that by imagination? Footy talk. Footy talk. Footy talk. Should get your suspenders checked regularly. Once every 12 months or 10,000 miles, whichever one comes quicker, so to speak. Very graphic, very graphic. True. I need to start looking into that actually. Not suspenders. My MOT is due at the beginning of May, so I can get it done at the beginning of April, which means I'm going to have to take it into Ian to make sure there's nothing wrong with it. I don't want it to fail, you see. I'm after spending £17 million on it. Can't have that, can I? Buying an entire subframe from Germany, paying £1,000 to get it over here, then paying £1,000 to get it fitted. I don't want it falling down because the brake pads need changing, do I? I'll give him a text in the morning. I meant to do it last week. But there you go. Anyway, what am I on now? Udder. Wrong thing. Anyway, yeah, it's getting late now. Have you brought your dancing shoes? Because when the screen goes clean, you know what that means. It's dancing shoes time. Come on, folks. Let's get up there. Let's have a booger. B-O-O-G-E-H. Booger. Come on, let's do it.
Getting our hot tub for a post.
that's that.